That's really good.
Why?
You pleased?
Whoa, hello. Yeah.
It's always
With yourselves, you children.
there's always just like this kind of like, oh, are you happy with what happened just now? Is this?
Hey, rituals bring satisfaction. It's a bit of a ritual. Beginning a game, little pose.
But sometimes like you're really pleased with your pose, and then sometimes your pose just.
Well, sometimes it's something we come up with in like 3 seconds. Yeah. Are you
Okay. Yeah.
Annie, are you okay?
Yeah, I think so.
Are you okay?
Are you okay?
I am so pleased to see the three of you. I know that we had to take a week off. We are back, and we are here, and we are ready. For our friends who may be joining us from the Onyx Paths channel, hi, we're RPG Clinic. This is our first time that we are actually, officially hosted, I think.
Yeah.
But
The first ExalTwitch Academy episode.
yes,
Definitely.
that is absolutely
Cheers.
true.
Welcome on in.
I'll also, just for the record, state that yes, all sitting at the same table. We have done so in accordance with all of our laws and procedures and all that. This is, we are double vaxxed. Got the double tap
Double tap.
right in the arm.
Plucky hero. Hello.
And hope that at some point the rest of you can do the same. But hi!
Hi.
Hello.
What is your favorite part about gaming in person?
no lag? I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
other than our regular social awkwardness. Nature's lag.
Nature's lag.
I'm okay with nature's lag. It's
very
Sounds
funny.
like a decent answer for me.
Yeah. I think like if I can kind of tack on a little bit, like I feel like comic and dramatic timing is a lot easier when you're in the room with someone, right?
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
that said lag. Yeah.
That makes sense.
I'd say so.
For me, it's just one giant chunk of tech problems that have been like,
Oh, fair.
just we don't have to worry about it right now. We're lucky in that respect. However, we were able to continue streaming over the entire pandemic, in large part thanks to your support, which we really appreciate, which allowed us to be able to overcome these tech challenges. But thankfully, we have managed to fold everything back into one room, and here we are.
It is quite the setup. I feel like I feel like we did a sort of tech tour at some point in the past, and I wonder if there's going to be, another one at some point. Yep, here it comes. Oh yes,
Spaghetti.
spaghetti. Do I have to say that?
The cables down there.
Oh, don't worry.
We'll be cleaning
Just
that up.
burped into the mic.
Yeah.
Sorry, folks.
We're getting there.
We're gonna have to clean it up
But I
also
can.
because eventually we're gonna mount the rest of these lights, or at least
Oh,
a few of them.
right, the lights. What? What the hell?
At any rate, we're really glad to see the rest of you join us here. It's going to be a wild ride, and we are ready to attack it. I'm going to ask, first and foremost, whether any of you spent any experience.
Oh, we do a thing.
3, 2, 1.
Good.
One session goes by, and all of you are just like blowing it.
Hey,
Of course. I
well,
mean, I know we could use it in a stunt.
the milestone system is different, right? I
Yeah.
want to see what I can get, what kind of bang for my buck I can get,
Ooh.
But now it's a flat cost,
Correct. Which is very interesting. I want to
as opposed to a linear cost. So, let's go down the line. What'd you buy?
I purchased an excellency in awareness. So that I
Nice.
can add 3 more dice to my awareness rolls for 1 mote.
That's good. That's good.
You seem like you're full of regret.
I am. I bought.
It's adding 3.
It's
I
your
think
dice
your
pool.
current
Sorry,
dice
it's your
pool.
ability.
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna need someone to remind me of that constant.
No problem, Liz. I can rule wire you any day. I bought a dragon blooded charm an embassy charm, Thoughtful Gift, which gives double 9s on rolls to gift or bribe. Which, that doesn't feel particularly Pyres, but...
Taking your shirt off is a bribe.
Oh God,
It's a promise of things to come.
Offering to take your shirt off.
Yes,
Yeah.
I got you the perfect gift. Pop, 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 me.
I like how your buttons have a melodic sequence.
They do. What do you get the Pyres that already has everything? I'm sorry, please.
I bought a charm as well, called Storm Calling Strategies. It's a war charm. I believe Gale Whispered was the one who suggested this one at my character porting session. So, the Dragon-Blooded darkens the horizon with thunderstorms, gale force, winds, or snowfalls that precede their army. You commit one mote, and then this charm essentially becomes a tactic for a single battle. Enemy battle groups suffer a 3-dice environmental penalty on all physical actions taken in combat. Individuals suffer a 2-dice penalty instead. Allies are unaffected. It's pretty cool.
Even if we weren't in a battle group, could you just do that for like the drama?
I'm kind of hoping so. Like every time we enter a room, it would have been really great to have this for the beginning of the party. Hi, we're inconspicuous.
Yeah, just like a giant snowstorm.
Yeah, Gale Force is my personal battle group.
Yes, Requiem. They got one exalted milestone. All three of them earned it last session, which I imagine may not happen all that often, but it did this time around, and therefore they all gained one exalted milestone to spend. Because as for those of you who may or may not be newer to Exalted Essence, when you gain experience, that experience goes into a bank, and once that bank equals the number of players, they all get one, which they can spend. They withdraw from the bank.
Oh, one experience, please.
So, oh yeah, did we ever decide how we were going to mark that down on our sheets?
Oh,
Like,
I
if
made
that
a
should
new
have been-
column in the thing. But yeah, if you want to make a temporary column somewhere.
Like, what have you been writing? So you have 0 and then your total being 1, right?
Yeah.
That's how many you have to spend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what I'm going to do too. Cool.
Mongani, Thoughtful Gift, a dragon-blooded charm that allows you to double your 9s on rolls to gift or bribe. Well, persuade or instill, but yeah. Hey! Don't need no milestones for that.
It always does. You know, it's probably a good time then need to recap what happened last session so that we can get in on this.
Very true. We have a recap here. Does anyone? Well,
You might need to be you.
You've got it. You've got it.
I have a BuzzFeed article.
Summoned up.
Episode 1 of Season 2. The Hearth of the One True Bell needs to get out of Argif. They're too easily recognized as former House of Bell students who are all currently suspected of Anathema corruption. A scholar sympathetic to their cause, Bati, claims he can forge them passes to escape via ship, but he needs a special seal to do so.
We managed to sneak into the diplomat Seru's ball to steal a seal, along with a curious ovoid artifact Bati requested, but Flavian and Pyres have been found out. Meanwhile,
Gale Whispered is still searching for a logbook that can shed light on the Anathema infiltration on the Blessed Isle.
All of this makes perfect sense. I'll remind you that the two of you are together. That's Oresta and Pyres. And Gale Whispered, you're actually separated from them, although you're with Siantel.
Correct.
So you've already split.
Yeah.
So that happens. That's handy.
And between the two of you, are you wearing one complete shirt, would you say?
yeah, because yours is like open, and mine has no sleeves.
Right, and one of my sleeves is like undone and like billowing
Yeah.
in the wind or some
my
bullshit. I don't
God,
know.
it's
So yeah, I think it's one complete shirt between the
Yeah.
Fair.
It's absolutely fair. You know, while we play, we have to make sure that we stay safe. Kate, you want to go through it this time
Sure.
around?
We are lucky enough to have safety cards. These 3 cards. You folks out there don't have these, but you have something else that I'll get to in a moment. We have the green card, which we raise to signal that despite any outward appearance, we are okay to continue. This is just role-playing in character, but me as the human player, thumbs up, good to keep going. Yellow is the pause card. It means we pause game temporarily for you to give everyone a heads up, make them aware of something that you need in order to continue playing safely, but once you put the card down, you're good to continue. Red, however, is the stop card. It will interrupt game. In our case, we would typically go to a BRB screen. This is a chance to check in, correct something that may have happened, or stop something that's about to happen. It's a chance to make sure that the player who raised it is safe to continue, but game will not resume until everyone at the table is okay to do so. Raising the card does not mean that anyone's a bad person. It's just a way for us to make sure that we can explore and play safely. And if, mistakes are made, you can correct them and keep going. But you out there in Chatland don't have these tools. You do have options. Today, I believe your option would be to whisper RPGClinic, which John will be able to see. And this is an opportunity for you to raise something that would be card-like in matter. We will do our best to correct if we are able to. We aren't always able to correct for all viewer requests, but if there is something going on that you are not comfortable with, we, of course, would love to see you stay, but if you're not comfortable, we'd prefer that you prioritize your own safety and leave if you need to.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We clear on that?
Yeah.
All right. Are there any questions before we start? Any questions before we start from you as well out there in Chatland? I know that some HCOCs are weighing in, but otherwise...
I'm just seeing if I have any get out of jail free kind of like charms on this list here. I feel like that would be really useful.
I mean, you can get your jailer a gift.
Oh, it's...
Oh,
Have you tried this
yeah.
bread?
And the last thing that we're going to cover before we start, I'm going to remind everybody that we are playing Exalted Essence, which is a streamlined version of Exalted 3rd Edition. It is, in fact, a system that is only released in manuscript form, so we don't have the final text, which means that there are going to be some things that we might get wrong because we're new to it. There might be some things that we get wrong because the text isn't edited or corrected yet. So please bear with us. If there's anything that you notice that you want to mention, by all means do so. Just understand that we may plow through to the end of the session and we'll start examining things like rules afterwards. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I feel like there's no greater intensity of feeling for me than the intensity of getting caught. Maybe it's that I'm getting caught in the middle of a game, right? Like I was trying to execute a strategy and then somebody realizes what I'm trying to do and I'm caught. It could be that I am trying to sneak around, but I'm dummy thick, and and somebody goes, "Who's there?" It could be that I've lied and somebody recognizes that I've lied. Thankfully, this doesn't happen so often anymore, but, we were all teenagers once. Getting caught is one of the hardest things for me because it pumps up my adrenaline, and that's when you need to start really making the cautious, the ready decisions, and your body is just primed for fight or flight. What's that going to do for you while you're moving forward here? Because you moved from a situation in which you belonged. And while you were students at the House of Bells, sure, things weren't necessarily always going your way. You may have been targeted a few times. You still belonged there. Everything was fine. And now you've found yourself in a situation where, at least as long as you're remaining in this city, in Argiv, you have a target on you. And if you're caught, it could go poorly. You are going to get the chance to get out of the city, in which case it will be a fresh start. Once again, you will have no direct suspicion laid upon you, and you can work on clearing your names and finding out exactly what's happened. But that's not yet. That's not now. Now, we're still at a party. Gale Whispered, you are still in the room, the artifact room. And although this isn't necessarily a room filled with artifacts, as you would find on a sheet, it is a room full of confiscated trophies, in essence, that Seru has kept during his time here as a diplomat in Argiv. You have in your possession now the seal that you were looking for, as well as the ovoid shape that Bati asked you to take. But that's not all, and it's definitely the last thing that you're looking for. The logbook is not here.
So I do want to head to the door, but before leaving, I just want to turn to Siantel. I just thought of something.
What now?
Yes. And I look around the room. Can we find something that looks a little bit like this? Holding up the ovoid.
Maybe. I don't know what they keep in here. Why the hell do we need that?
Just something that roughly matches the description.
She starts tearing through, looking.
Yeah.
It's kind of an odd shape.
I'm looking too. Something that could be roughly described as ovoid.
Okay.
Doesn't have to be the right color. Yeah.
So you're mostly looking for shape here, for size and shape.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because we were only given a verbal description by Bati. And so, yeah. Something that's roughly the same, maybe.
All right. Well, here, why don't we see if we can figure that out?
Okay.
Let's give it a shot. So I'm going to have you roll. I would like you to roll. We're going to go with... Because you're doing this quickly, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to roll finesse awareness, please. I'll give you your stunt for it. You can choose to bank it or use it now as you see fit.
I'm going to use it because I'd like to find this.
It's a standard difficulty, so 3 successes are required.
It's 5 successes.
Cool. Okay, you do find something similar. This is... It looks like... It honestly looks like a chandelier.
Okay.
That has in its center a large orb that was meant to hold candles.
Okay.
That orb, if you separated it from the chandelier, would not be, it wouldn't be an ovoid, but it would definitely be around the same size and round.
Perfect. I would like to separate it from the chandelier.
Okay. It is made of glass.
Okay.
It is not thin glass, so it'll survive some knocking around, but you have to be a bit careful with it.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Once you have that in your possession, Santel's starting to get a little antsy. She keeps glancing towards the stairs.
Okay, let's go.
Go where?
We can see if we can find the logbooks.
Okay, but do we have any idea where those might be?
No, we don't.
Did the others go scouting for it?
No, I don't know what they were doing.
Fair. That's fair.
I can't really control what they do. I've realized that over the past months.
This is how the grand stratagem plays out? Oresta and Pyres are wild cards?
Well, it's more that they do what they want.
Okay, Flavienne just gets caught.
That was not part of the plan, but it happened. If it happened. Oh, Flavienne's caught. Of course she is.
Gilladgood makes a very good point. There was a venture to search the room, but you have not yet cleared the evidence that you were present.
Oh, I thought I did that, but I was searching the room for additional artifacts.
Yeah, I think that was the like.
I think the evidence clearing was in the office.
Yes.
Yes.
But now we're in the basement where the
We're just going to
artifacts
have you
are.
roll it now.
Sure.
In order to conceal yourself,
Okay.
that's actually a very good question. If you're concealing yourself, I'm going to have you roll. This is also going to be a finesse roll.
Hidoki.
I think this is going to be a finesse stealth.
I am using my fantastic memory to retrace my steps through the room.
To make sure that everything is exactly the way that it was.
Yeah.
Are you still going to have the room blocked, though? You blocked the door.
I blocked the door to the upstairs office.
Yeah.
I do plan to unblock it before leaving the building.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you get your stunt.
Thanks.
Go for it.
Four successes.
All right. So you've succeeded. Your venture is complete.
Hooray.
But yours is beginning.
Just beginning.
You and Flavienne have been locked inside a pantry, and while this pleases Flavienne to a certain degree, as there is a copious amount of baked goods inside, she just looks up at you. I mean, literally just half chew. So what do we do? So what do we do?
Our best hope. Make sure that nobody else... Well, hope that nobody else comes by. Those three out there are going to have to come in at some point. I'm hoping we can persuade them to fight amongst themselves. Just get distracted just a little bit. Blow past and get the hell out of here.
We need to get out of the city tonight. If we don't, news of our appearance is going to spread. And there won't be anywhere on the Blessed Isle safe for us.
Yeah.
We might have to fight our way out of this.
That's a pretty tall order. I don't think Seru understaffed the party, you know? Not impossible, of course. If we manage to get out of here, we can get it. This is the other problem, Flavienne. I don't even know what we've done. I'm hoping Gale Whispered and Siontel have figured everything else out. I'm trying to keep my voice. Sorry, I'm trying to keep my voice relatively low. And
you can speak up. It's
Yeah. It's a.
Whether or not Gale Whispered has completed their mission alongside Siontel, is it more important that we get what we need, or is it more important that we get out of here?
I don't know, Flavienne. Would you rather be remembered or? No, I'm just kidding. Yes, of course, it's more important to get out of here. Jesus.
You have to be careful. I'm not entirely sure that everyone in this Hearth would feel the same way about being remembered versus doing what needs to be done.
What do you mean?
Pride affects all of us in different ways and at different times. You know this. You, me, and the others. Sometimes I wonder if any of us is immune.
I'm going to reach out and clasp her hands. We're getting out of here. This is not the most dangerous thing we've faced, even in the last year.
This isn't the most dangerous thing we've faced even in the last 2 months.
Exactly. We're going to be okay. And we've got Oresta somewhere.
Yes, somehow it always comes back to that.
Is there a rock?
Come on.
What?
Gee, come on. Speaking of rocks,
Yeah.
On the other side of the door, Oresta had just convinced the other guards to go in to interrogate the prisoners, and I do believe someone was coming down the stairs.
Oh,
Yeah, a
There's a
voice
behind us.
sounded behind us. We don't know who it was. Or behind you.
Unclear. I didn't write it down.
I don't think it was.
We assumed
no,
it was
yeah.
Seru, but
Yeah,
it wasn't clear.
Damn.
do you remember what the voice told you?
No, I didn't write it down. It's been 2 weeks.
Rip.
Do I remember what the voice told you? Does anyone out there remember what the
we
voice
said?
said?
Yeah, lad. Good.
God.
We're going to. Admittedly, it was at the very end of the session, and it was brief. So, well, it's quite a party.
I think that actually.
Fancy
Yeah.
party.
So, yeah, Oresta's on her way to open the door where the prisoners are to ostensibly interrogate them with all the other guards in tow.
See, I remember who said it. I didn't remember exactly what was said. So the guards are there. They're cracking their knuckles. Everyone's getting ready to do it. The door is there. Unbeknownst to you, or perhaps knownst to you, Flivian and Pyres are having a heart-to-heart while she's desperately, trying to make sure that she's engaged in comforting, strategizing, and chowing down. So, it's quite a party. Seru is, he looks invigorated, almost. I mean, he doesn't have a reputation for somebody who enjoys rumbling at his parties, but he's there. He's feeling himself quite a bit. And of course, he still has his Reaper Diclave, Brilliant Diamond Shard, just like hanging right next to him. Open the door.
Of course. I open.
Are you going to strike a pose?
What, like legs up? Like, what do you...
What?
What? What kind of pose? No, I think I'm going to sort of... I'm not going to bow my head, but I am definitely going to assume a somewhat meek position of deference. Yeah. Oh, that is something I didn't...
Yeah, you should still have your...
Well, I am at 0,
Yeah.
which is good.
Is it? Yeah, 0-0.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Clasp my hands, just kind of like looking down, eyes up.
Somebody from the realm was sent to look after you. And I enjoy watching the realm work. What did you say her name was?
Pearl?
Pearl. By all means, discover who they are and why.
Young man, what is your real name?
Do I punch him now?
You have to wait until they start resisting. If you just beat them up for fun, then they don't give you any answers.
I've never hit a prince
Then
of
if
the
they're
earth.
not the right person, you get in trouble. You wouldn't want to get in trouble.
All right. But I'm here. I'm ready for it.
I appreciate that.
He pulls his jacket down and then he looks at Pyres and he pulls it a little further so that he shows a little bit of a deeper V.
Oh my god.
I'm just going to do this to him, and I'm going to go, I'll kill you last.
I asked
don't
you a
worry."
question.
I don't have to tell you anything.
Well, you can just get dragged before the realm and punished as an enemy of the realm, or you could perhaps plead your case.
I'm going to leap to my feet and hopefully not get, smacked back in the face immediately. I am not an enemy of the realm. Nothing happened at the House of Bells that... And I panic look at Flivian.
You're such an idiot.
Nothing. I have done nothing other than serve the realm.
Is that so, Cadet?
It is. It is so. The House of Bells was under attack from enemy forces. We defended it. That's where the story ends.
That's not the story we have.
What is the story you have?
That a group of students revolted.
Certainly there are some who revolt me.
I'm just going to ignore Seru. I think that'll get us goat a little bit.
And you, with the pastries?
I am a realm spy that was sent to impersonate a House of Bells student. and I
A realm spy.
have been too successful, clearly, as others believe too much that I am a realm student, but I could not possibly be. I graduated from the etagram.
This is...
I'd like to turn to Seru.
Yes.
Small fry.
Small fry. They're disrupting my party.
Precisely. But is
Did
it
you
worth your
even
time?
receive an official invitation? Because I do not think so. Impossible.
I think you must have missed me on your list, Seru. I should have been at the top of it otherwise.
The only thing that I know that you've missed is the opportunity of a lifetime to travel with me. And you blew it.
I would never go anywhere with you. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything, Seru. Ugh.
What do you intend to do with these?
Interrogate them, see what information we can acquire, and should they still be capable of serving a sentence, bring them to serve a sentence for acting against the realm.
Should we still be capable?
Seru! Seru, you're missing it. The party's wonderful, but we need your dancing.
I'd like to crack my knuckles in response to Pyres. Crack.
Yeah. Very good.
Do whatever you need to for them, but I insist that I get a chance to see this one alive one more time.
That should be doable. He doesn't need to be this pretty, though, does he?
And he snatches the rest of the baguette out of Flavian's hand.
Oh no.
This is for the guests.
There's just like teeth marks on it and shit? Like, God, horrible.
God, yeah.
And he flings it into a brazier.
Damn.
Flavian just, you can see that Flavian just visibly gets agitated.
Oh no.
Finding
Someone's wasting
intimacy.
food.
Bread. Apologies for the interruption to your party, and thank you for your cooperation in this matter. The realm will remember.
Yes. Pearl. We'll see. Don't make him too ugly just yet.
I'll avoid the face.
And he turns around and he heads back into the party, and as he goes in, he goes, "You're Victor!" And then there's polite applause.
Oh, it was a tie!
I'm gonna wink to the guards as I pull the door closed and give them a bit of a nod.
Oh. The one guy who's just like...
Like, no, because I believe they're in there with
Oh, I
us.
thought you were...
No. I invited them all to come in. Yeah, I am, but I'm pulling the door closed. I'm trying to be like, so that the guests don't hear what's about to go down.
Yeah.
And then I'd like to, once the door's closed behind me, I'd like to clock the closest guard.
Okay, so there's 3 guards.
Yep.
I'm going to assume that this is going to be they're trivial opponents.
Yep.
So we're going to have you roll literally just whatever you decide to roll as one combat roll. And if you succeed, then each one of them is going to get knocked down. Flavian is automatically going to succeed. Cool.
Great. I'm going to spend a mote to use my close combat excellency to add dice because I don't want to screw it up.
I'm going to grab the stool that I've been sitting on, which had a bucket on it prior, just get up and in one fluid motion crack someone upside the chin with it.
All right. You're not trying to kill them. You're just trying to subdue them? Or are you trying to kill them? You did say that you were going to kill one of them.
I did say that. I did say last, but I'm trying to subdue him.
Okay.
With a stool.
Same?
Yes.
Okay.
Knock them out.
Oh yeah. Trivia, right, John? No, I'm just kidding.
My God,
6
13
successes.
And 5 successes.
Okay, so no problem. After a very brief and
Take that, rebel scum.
You'll never get anything out of me. Ah!
I'm so terrible at this.
It's okay. We're gonna.
You would think that the water aspect would be able to flow with whatever happens. I apparently seize up and become a spy.
I think you were flowing quite well. It was just a question of what you were going towards. you know?
There's a difference between being polite and being wrong.
So I'm going to start pulling off the guard uniforms.
Yes.
Okay.
Have we had word from Gale Whispered or Seontel?
No, but I haven't heard any commotion from them either, which means I think we were a great distraction. That's right. We were great. Friends. Great.
I should point out that
Perfect.
of these guard uniforms that you have,
Yeah.
they definitely fit Pyres and they definitely fit Vivienne, and
None
it'll
of
be
them
a
are big
tight
enough
ass
for
fit
me.
for you. You can get in, but it's going to be a little bit like
But
Yes.
you can't get out.
Okay.
Gale Whispered.
Okay, so now that we've covered our tracks and removed the book from under the door, I think we should sneak back out the way we came, so that we can like reintegrate into the party and see if we can see any of our folks who might have done some recon.
Okay. So you head back out, and within a few moments, Seontel, as she walks directly behind you in an attempt to just reintegrate among the guests, whispers into your ear, "All three not here."
Any idea where they might have gone?
Well, you can actually figure that out. I will, even if it isn't specifically mentioned in essence, it might be. You can spend a mote. Because motes are a bit more valuable in this one, I'm going to say that if you spend a mote, you can know the location of all your hearthmates, not just one of them. But you can spend that mote. We'll point out, though, that your anima may go up as a result.
I know.
Your anima, I should point out for all of you that a scene has passed, so I'm going to say that your anima will
Oh, my
drop
anima's
by
up
1.
one. Thank you.
So
Thank
that
you.
would be okay. Great. In that case, but we don't regain a mote. We just dropped an anima.
Yeah, you drop an anima, not a mote.
Okay. So I will do that then.
Okay.
So I will spend a mote, which means I am going to go back up to 2.
All 3 of them are in a building that's opposite where you are in the courtyard.
All right. I'd like
You're
to.
not quite sure where in the building because it's not that advanced, but like you can tell that if they're somewhere, they're definitely either in the building or immediately behind it.
All right. So I like got a drink, trying to look casual, and inconspicuous. You know, every so often, Siantel says something funny. I'm like, ha ha.
Santel melts away from you,
No.
and
You're laughing at your own joke.
Santel melts away from you and immediately approaches somebody who is watching Seru with rapt fascination. And she starts speaking to them animatedly. It's kind of difficult to hear, but the equivalent of, "Are you having a good time? I think I'm having a little too much of a good time. What happened with Seru? I missed it."
I get kind of distracted because I'm watching her work, and I'm very impressed.
And then coming up from behind you, you get a tap on the back of your, on your shoulder, we'll say.
Turn around.
You turn around, and there is Pokin. So remember, Pokin is the local gateway master here, otherwise known as Pokin the Undefeated. It's a lovely night for a party, isn't it?
Yes, quite.
I'm
Are you
curious.
from? Oh, please.
Out of all of this fanciness, the frippery, what's the end game?
I would imagine that everybody has their own strategy in mind when they attend a party like this to advance their merchant endeavors, perhaps, or to make new political alliances. They have to decide what kind of game they are looking to play.
I suppose. But it just seems like such an elaborate thing. What's your end game?
I've never been to one of these before. So I suppose I wanted to know what the fuss was about.
Fuss.
Have
The
you been
fuss
to
is-
one of these before?
If you get an invitation, you attend, because if you don't attend, then you are making a mistake. And if you do go, you try to have the best time you have, because otherwise it's an incredible bore. To show up is to win. Everything else is just playing out the board.
You speak like somebody who knows a lot about boards.
I've been known occasionally. Every once in a while, I've picked up a few pieces here and there.
What kind of pieces?
I'm undefeated in tournament play, but that doesn't mean that I don't remember a very long time ago hearing about somebody far too young to enter a gateway tournament, doing decently well, a local.
Really? I would like to meet them. They sound very impressive.
Why are you here? This is a dangerous place for you. You know this.
I have my reasons. You have your reasons. I'm being careful.
I don't see the end game for you here.
You might be right.
And he glances, and you get the impression that this is entirely asexual. That he glances at your bustle, which is where you have stashed
Not one, but two ovoids.
not one but two ovoids. So it's just a butt on
Are those a
top of a
couple
butt.
of ovoids in your pants?
Yeah,
It's
or you're just
very
really
fashion
happy to
forward.
But I rolled very well on my bustle creation roll, so it looks so
Zero
good.
craft.
I don't know what you're doing here, but I get the impression that you're not one of Seru's friends.
Perhaps I was invited because of my impressive gateway skills.
If they invited you because of your impressive gateway skills, Gale whispered, look around for a moment. Indulge me. There's only one person who reacted to my saying that name, and I do believe that somebody in such a fetching green dress probably came here with you.
You are making a lot of assumptions and guesses.
Am I wrong?
What is it to you?
Shall we dance? I find that speaking is so much more entertaining in the middle of a dance.
I'm not very good at dancing.
You don't have to be good at something to try.
It's true.
My outfit is very fragile.
Yes, it is, isn't it? This is what I can tell you. I don't know what happened that brought you here. I don't know why you're here. To be honest, it's not worth getting my head involved. And at the same time, I'm curious. So, I'm going to help you get that out of here. And in exchange, all I want to know is what happened in your eyes a month ago.
Fine.
Gambit accepted.
I
And
will
he-
step on your feet, though.
And he takes your hand and then just spins you so that you're moving away from the dance floor.
Yeah.
And he starts walking after you, laughing now, putting on perhaps a little too much, that he's had a little too much to drink,
Oh, boy.
and just starts walking after you. Siantel looks at you and she mouths like, okay.
Commander. It's I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm fixing my
Yeah.
uniform. I've got the deep V from that one guy. I've kind of like made it a deeper V.
Make the
Oh
organization.
my gosh.
What? Look.
Right back.
Well, I'm just going to propose this.
Yeah.
Commander, I have a feeling that Gale Whispered is a smart enough tactician to have approached the objectives in order of priority.
Correct.
I suggest that we, or at least some of we, go after the heightened sense logbook. It would be something that she would be very, very
I
angry
knew where it
to
would
us.
be.
Do you?
Yes. The question is, which of us goes where? Theoretically, there should be at least one guard, if not two, guarding these prisoners.
That's true. If we all leave, there'll be no one left behind to look suspicious, though.
Also fair. So do we lock the door and go on our way, but with 3 guards traipsing about the property, nowhere important, also draw attention?
As long as you look like you have a purpose, no one will question what you're doing. I believe that very firmly. If we're heading somewhere with fire in our eyes, people will get out of the way.
All right.
And something around this. And I like gesture to my very red hair. I want to try to cover it up with something. Can I fashion myself like a hat out of some cloth?
Do
here
the
in the
guards
kitchen?
Sure. How
not wear
much
helmets?
craft do you have?
I have 0 craft.
Do the guards not wear helmets?
Oh, good question. Do the guards wear helmets?
Nobody needs to wear helmets. It's exalted.
Damn it!
No, at a party like this, no one would be wearing a helmet. It would be seen as uncouth. I want everybody to look presentable.
And this is more of a problem than I thought.
If we go quickly and avoid Seru, we should have minimal problems.
Would it not be wiser to just clear out of here before getting caught again?
Yeah. You know what? Maybe if you... I just think that we want that.
We do,
Yeah.
but
Clear our
we
names.
don't want to get caught again and then completely destroyed.
I'll head for the gate and secure our exit.
Okay.
Maybe you and Flivian need to go and try to find the logbook.
I know where it is, or where I would keep it if I was them.
It's better than nothing.
The less that I have to speak to somebody, the better. Apparently, it's not going that well.
Out of the talking, we're a couple of guards. Let's go.
Yes.
I'm gonna leave the pantry and lock the door behind us. And then head off towards that climate-controlled, humidity-controlled building that I saw beforehand.
Okay, so you're just heading there directly?
With purpose, as Pyres suggested.
Yes.
Flivian will follow you. She at least no longer looks nervous. Now that she's sort of like, oh, I can look like I'm a guard. That's a thing I can do. But she's walking a little too close to you. Where are you going?
I'm heading back in the direction of the entrance from which we came in. My recollection of how the place is laid out would indicate that there were like pretty hefty walls around the whole property.
Yes.
It's unlikely we're going to be able to scale our way out.
Oh, I mean, you're exalted.
You're exalted. We can,
You can scale your way out.
okay, if we need to. I want to go and I want to get eyes on the gate. What the guard situation is like. Are they facing out or in now that everyone's at the party, right?
All right. Then for you, I'm going to have you roll. Well, how are you figuring out the guards? You're basically, are you like sneaking around? Or are you...
Yeah, I'd like to try to keep to the periphery as much as possible. I know that I have a very striking look, and you know, there's not a heck of a lot I'm going to try to do something about it. You know what, actually, John, sorry, right before I do that, I'd like to make my way over to where they were cooking and try to find some soot so I can put it in my hair.
Ooh.
Yeah. When that's been done, or if that's been done, I'm heading over to the front gate. I'm trying to keep a low profile. I'm trying to keep to the edges. I'm scanning the top of the walls as if I'm looking for intruders.
Okay.
Gate crashers.
This is going to be a force stealth roll to conceal your appearance, and it will be a force war roll. Force war roll to evaluate the enemy forces.
Okay.
You've stunted for both rolls.
Okay, for both. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so you can bank or hold on as you see fit.
Okay, cool. I'll probably bank my second one. And then... Oh, actually... Yeah. Think about it.
I'm going to wonder whether these beads would be better for banking stunts than keeping track of motes.
True. That might be good.
These are exalted first edition beads.
Ooh. That didn't do anything.
Itty bitty on camera.
Oh, John, Gillard Good mentioned that after a scene, we still regain a mote? Is that...
It's after a length of time.
Okay.
I'm going to check, but I believe that it's actually more about time than it is about scenes.
Cool. So we haven't regained any yet then, presumably.
I don't believe so, no.
Okay.
I'll let you know. I'm
Thank
going to
you.
check that while you're...
Can I haven't rolled my second roll yet, which was Force War. Can
Yeah.
I use my stunt to make a dramatic edit? That
Sure.
I find something with which I can cover my head.
You already said the soot from the...
Well, yeah, but that roll didn't go so well, so
Okay, what did you get on that roll?
I got one success.
Okay,
I got one
so,
success.
As you wander over towards the hibachi,
Oh, the match. Right.
somebody turns around and like you get the distinct impression that someone's like, "Hey, is that?"
And I'm like, whoop.
So yeah, you can introduce a dramatic edit.
Thank you. I'd love to. What would there be? There'd be ice all over the property, so maybe there's some sort of like length of like cloth that's been draped over a piece to sort of be like a shawl for like an ice sculpture.
And you want
And
to
I'm just gonna-
shawl up?
Whoop. Yeah, and I'm gonna use it to sort of wrap part
Sure.
of my hair up.
Absolutely.
I don't know why a guard would have that going on, but
No problem. You got it.
Thank you so much. That's better. I got 3 successes on that one. Force War.
Okay. That shouldn't be a problem.
Okay.
You have, I actually can tell you, there's approximately 50 soldiers in a detachment that are present circling the property. They look like they know what they're doing. So they're not just like random, tough people who've been formed up. These are part of a unit. And they look like they could converge relatively quickly if they so chose, because remember that you can move through the courtyard to get to where you need to go, so they can either go around or they can go through. They're all wearing uniforms similar to the ones that you're wearing. They are carrying your standard swords, pikes. None of them have any ranged weapons, and they do seem relatively vigilant. They're not slacking off, drinking on the job, that kind of stuff.
Okay. The fact that they can converge quite quickly gives me an idea. I'm going to hang out near the exit, but with my eyes on the courtyard for now.
Gilligood seems to have come across the correct response when it comes to moats. So I am going to say that yes, a scene has gone by. You can all regain a moat.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I was looking for it and I couldn't find it, and that's because it is a manuscript that has nothing, like no shade thrown at the developers.
nothing.
It's not their fault.
It's just hard to find things.
Yeah, truth.
Yeah,
That's why
spending and committing moats. There it is. Regaining essence.
Yeah.
Manifest.
All right. So as you're striding across, as you are
Scouting?
scouting, and as you are being danced away, Seru stands up close to like the sort of the center of the courtyard, and he scales his fountain and stands just on the very tip of one toe at the very top, where there's a hand outstretched on the statue that's the fountain. So it's a very dramatic pose, and he lifts his glass. My friends, I'm so pleased that all of you are here, that you have come to us in this time, but As much as I do not wish to interrupt your merriment, there is one thing we must acknowledge. We are here to pay tribute to the death of a hero of the realm. Cathak Vieren has been instrumental in discovering the plots of those who would work against us in our time of uncertainty. And while he did indeed sacrifice his life, his cause is one we will all take up together. Raise your glasses and drink to the memory of the one true hero of the House of Bells.
I am clocking as many faces in the crowd as I can.
Okay, that's interesting. For what purpose?
For the purpose of remembering them so I can recognize them later. Like, distinguishing features and so on.
Okay.
As much as I can.
If I'm in anywhere near Seru's line of sight, I am drinking.
Of course.
I'm a guard. I'm doing guardly duties. I am guarding from one room to another. Bop, 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 bop.
Okay. The crowd itself, you see that I would say over half of them seem quite solemn, and they do indeed raise their glasses. They agree with what's been going on. But it's not a small minority that are doing so very clearly just because they feel like they just should. So if there's any kind of temperature taken of the room, more people than not believe. But it's not such a small percentage of people who may not believe that Vieren is the hero that Seru is making him out to be.
How does Pokin react?
Pokin is not raising a glass.
Oh boy. I can't tether myself to any suspicious characters. Bye, guys.
Wait, you mean like ever?
Yeah.
This campaign's not going to last very long.
I'll follow 10 steps behind you at all times.
Nice. It's like, who's 10 steps behind you?
You make it to the building. Flavienne, should I stay outside and keep watch, or do you want me to go in with you?
Let's make our way inside and see if we need to split up. It might be a large.
The door's locked.
I'm going to take a quick look around, see if there are others watching towards us, or are they all paying attention to Seru?
They're paying attention to either the courtyard or outside the courtyard. They're not really looking at people trying to go inside buildings.
I'd like to do my best to quietly but firmly, while I crank the handle a little too hard, also shoulder check it, but still trying to keep it subtle.
So you're trying to force the door.
Force the door.
Okay,
Cover
so
it with a cough.
what is your force?
My force is 3.
Okay, and what is your physique?
5.
I'm not even going to have you roll.
Yay.
You just shoulder. I'll give you the stunt.
Yay!
You can bank it,
Yeah.
but you just shoulder this door open. You're now inside. You shoulder it open so effectively. I mean, you're jacked that it's not that the door breaks, it's the actual latch just pops off because you have such a sharp, sudden motion to it. So when you close it, it will be clear that it was forced, but it won't look like it.
I'm going
Someone
to
will
pick
actually
up
have to
the
go to
latch
open the
and
door.
stick it in a pocket just
Okay.
to make it a little less obvious.
All right, that makes sense. So you are inside. Inside this building, you can see that there's a very large trap door that seems to very heavy and has rivets driven into the ground. Could you try? Quiet you. Rivets that are just driven right into the ground. Somebody is trying to seal something underneath here.
Can I
Otherwise, it's just like a conference room.
So can I tell whether the climate control seems to be from down below? I think it was coming from the basement, I
Yes.
understood. Okay. Here's where you stand guard. Keep the door cracked. Keep an eye out.
Okay.
I'm going to start trying to get us in here. Looking around the conference room, I'm trying to see if maybe there's like a long metal ruler or something that I can use as a bit of a pry bar to start pulling up.
A lever?
Yeah.
Okay. You see that there is indeed a long rod.
Mm-hmm.
It's... Sorry?
It's a sexy rod, isn't it?
No, it's definitely
I'm
not.
going to use actually my my bank stunt to make it a useful, like a sturdy object.
Okay, you find an ornamental bow staff,
Perfect.
which is made of metal.
Yeah.
So it's definitely not one that's like really designed for combat. You could probably use it for combat because you know you're big, but like it would be too unwieldy, too heavy. It's the kind of thing that you carry around as like a but that would make a decent pry bar.
So then I'm going to attempt to pry it open.
So this door is normally pried open by 2 people. Okay. So I'm going to say that you're finessing your way into this.
Okay.
So this is a finesse physique roll.
Okay. I don't believe I have any charms to help, but I'll just double.
Do you have a stunt that you can help for you?
I use that to get the better object.
Ah.
Dramatic edit.
Yes, dramatic.
It's supposed to have.
But you're going to gain a stunt for this.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
So-
then I will use my 2 dice right away.
Okay, go for it.
7 successes.
All right. That's definitely enough. You can tell that it's got like the equivalent of packed plants. Like rubber doesn't really exist, but like there's enough of a gasket around here that it would keep out air. But you hear a very satisfying, and the door just
It's satisfying.
swings up, and then it should like clang down on the other side, but you can reach out and grab it because I mean 7 successes.
Yeah.
Why not?
I will do.
And then there are
so.
dark stairs that lead down.
There were braziers outside. Is there any sort of light source up here that I could take with me?
Not lit. You would have to get it from outside. Or, like hold up Pyres and make them glow.
Yeah, well, he's not here with me. Okay. Any chance there's a brazier just outside the building?
Probably.
Okay. I'm gonna see if I can't grab one before I go down.
A whole brazier?
Well, like, I don't know. I'm trying to find light, so that's my current task, is trying to find.
Okay, it's not hard for you to find
something that
torch
I
that you
can torch out of.
can
Yeah.
light. So, in lighting the torch and heading down the stairs, you have like a small but steady thing of light, and as you go down, you see that there's a sign down here that reads like all fire must be contained. No liquids, no food beyond this point. Just a whole lot of like, don't do this.
And I'm gonna bring the flap down on top of me, and say, if someone comes in, stand on the door to close it to Flavian. Basically, seal me in.
I hope there's enough air down there.
So do I.
Ooh.
But for now, I assume that it's like touch closed rather than jumped closed.
Gale Whispered,
Yes.
you are now close to one of the alleyways. It's nowhere near the building that you were just in. It's also nowhere near the building that Oresta is in now. But Pokan has stepped forward, and he leans against the building. He's definitely not like trying to make a play of like, I'm like trying to make a move on you. He just leans very elegantly against the building, and he turns to the right and looks at you. You can start talking now.
How do I know what your interests are in this story? How do I know what truth you want to hear?
Have you ever played the obscure variation?
Of course.
I play it and I hate it. I detest not knowing where everything is on the board. I've heard the stories from Seru about what happened. What I haven't heard is from someone who was there.
The only real threat to the House of Bells was Viren and the chaos he wrought.
Why did he attack?
because he believed that there were anathema that had overrun the House of Bells.
Was he correct?
They had not overrun it.
So the rumors were true.
There were 2 to my knowledge.
Possibly more.
I don't know. What I can say for certain is the only one who tried to exterminate the students there was Vierin's band, those allied with him.
The anathema who were there, why were they not reported? Why were they not destroyed?
It all happened so fast. At the moment when even a whisper of their existence reached us, all of a sudden there were factions allying themselves against the House of Bells.
So then what he says is true. He's corrupted the student body, or they've corrupted the student body simply by being present, by spreading their lies.
So you think that the student body was corrupted?
I'm asking you.
You know, you just made an assumption. You're not asking me. You're not interested in knowing.
There were 2 anathema there. They'd been there for who knows how long. There must be a kernel of truth to what Vierin is saying.
I'm saying the House of Bells didn't fall any time that they were there. I'm saying the House of Bells fell 3 months after Vierin arrived. I'm playing with time. Insert correct time here.
It's been a month.
I'm saying he arrived in a month later. The school had crumbled, and most of the faculty were dead, and the students were only alive by grace of other students who stepped up.
You know the value of his sacrifice on the board. Do you believe that Vierin was making a sacrifice
No.
in order to win?
No, he was furthering his own interests.
An obscured player?
Yes. And I think we both hate that equally. He played us all for fools, found other warring factions and gave them a common enemy, but it was the wrong enemy. He set them against students who were there to learn. He made us question ourselves. He made us question each other, but never once did he make us question what we were being told.
I want to believe you.
I don't really care if you do or not, to be honest. I'm used to not being believed. But I'm also used to asking questions, and I'm not going to stop asking questions. And I'll find the truth that suits me. And you can find the easier one if you'd like. One's being presented to you on a silver platter by that guy over there, so you decide.
I'm going to consider that this you've actually attempted an instill action.
Yeah.
Certainly feels like something's happening here, yeah.
So I'm going to have you roll. This is a social influence action.
Yes.
So what is your declare your intention here?
I'd like to instill a minor intimacy of trust in me.
Okay.
Shall we say?
I think that's fair. So we're going to say that, I mean, you've clearly been telling the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to say that this is going to be I'm going to say force embassy
Okay.
action on your part. I'm definitely giving you the stunt.
Thank you. I will take it.
Are you using any of his virtues or intimacies to adjust his resolve?
So I would like to guess that he has an intimacy towards needing all the information because of what he said about the obscure game. So I imagine his intimacies are kind of similar to mine in that regard.
Okay.
So I cannot make an informed decision without knowing where the pieces are, something like that.
Okay. His adjusted resolve is currently 3.
That's 5 successes.
Ooh.
So with 5 successes, that means that you succeeded at your action, and you have 2 extra successes that you can use to spend on an additional influence effect. You can dissuade,
Okay.
so you can attempt him to stop performing an action. You can persuade to convince him to take an action. You can read intentions. You can set up a target to be more likely to accept social influence from someone else, or you can strengthen an existing intimacy.
I'd like to strengthen it to major.
Okay.
Damn. He's so moved.
Yeah.
Oh, this cannot be used to strengthen an intimacy.
Never
created in the same
mind.
season.
You can also instill that only costs 1 success.
I can
Yes.
instill again?
She just did.
Okay.
So I can't instill again?
I don't know if you're allowed to do the same thing twice. I'm gonna rule that you can't
Okay.
for now. We'll come back to this.
Yeah.
But there's other things that you can try to do.
Um,
Pokin is absolutely one of the chosen, by the way. He is he's well known in this area. He is an earth aspect.
okay. Do I know what house he is?
Actually, that's a very good question. Pokin would probably be House Pelops.
And while we're at it, were we told what house Seru is?
Seru is
Seems like Rigara, but that's just...
My guess was Pelops, but I don't
no, Seru is not Pelops very specifically. Oh no, he is.
Oh, damn!
Or is he tepid?
He is. No, he's definitely not tepid.
Alright.
I'm just trying to find it because I did write it down.
Hmm.
You know what? We'll.
Oh, Gillard Good is saying Pelops.
Yes, he is. Yep. No, he is Pelops. I did write it down.
Aha.
No, he's definitely not Rigara. Sorry, that's.
Okay, right.
Yeah, Seru is Pelops. So they're both Pelops.
Well, then I'd like to try to persuade him to keep his word that he would help me get out of here. So doesn't have
persuade
to
him
be
to
now, but,
help
like,
me get out of here.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So he thinks for a second, and you can tell that he's really pondering, and that it's sort of working its way through his head, and then he looks up. I don't trust Viera. I don't trust his motives. I'm wondering whether this is a huge mistake on Seru's part. And it's not a mistake that I'm really willing to gamble on right now. All right. At the moment, you're a little too conspicuous with what you were trying to hide. Anybody who saw you come in knows that you didn't have such bustle. Give them to me. I've left this party early before. I'll be waiting for you. I imagine that you're leaving here.
Maybe.
There's only one reason I can think of that you would be here. And while it's clear, and again he glances, that there might be more than one, you need to get out of here, and for that you need a seal.
Maybe.
Damn, Pokin.
You're good, Gale whispered, and one day we will play, and one day we will test whether or not I deserve to keep the undefeated in my name.
You won't. But I'll let you for show purposes.
But I can still read you today. I will meet you at the docks. I will have both of what you're carrying. I promise you. I'm going to help you get out of here because I think you might be able to actually figure all of this out.
Don't turn this upside down or touch. Apparently it's very fragile. Don't. And when you give it back to me, make sure I'm not in sight of anyone else.
I don't think you have to worry about that. This is a cache egg.
What's that? What?
I'm going to read for you. A cache egg is an ovoid vessel, typically made from jade, that unfurls at its owner's touch and allows the exalt to store their possessions within. The exalt may stash up to 3 times their essence in objects within the egg, regardless of their size, then seal it by committing 1 mote. No amount of force or magic can pry the egg open while it is magically sealed. For another mote, the owner may banish the egg into the void of elsewhere.
Nice.
At any time, the exalt may reflexively open or recall her cache egg and retrieve what is inside, but again, this isn't in elsewhere at the moment. And while the egg typically materializes upon release of the committed motes, including the death of the wielder, subsequent reincarnations of a celestial exalt may access a cache egg hidden by a prior incarnation.
That's pretty sweet.
Wow.
This does not require commitments emotes until the character remembers their prior incarnation hid the egg.
Little bag of holding.
So what you're saying is this is useless to anybody who isn't the owner.
You were told not to turn it upside down, but I don't see why that would matter. Whoever's asked for this doesn't know what it means, or what it truly is.
Oh,
In that case, yes. Take both of these. I will take them both back
well, that's interesting.
because I know more of what it does than they do.
May your flag stay safe.
May your vanguard stay strong.
Good. Nice.
Really good. Yeah, no, really good.
Right on.
10 points to Liz.
Right.
10 points to Gryffindor. He turns around and he just walks away.
Bye.
So as you're continuing to head down, it's becoming quieter and quieter. You can no longer hear the party. And when you get down, you just hear a small, "Who's there?" Pyres?
Yo. You've mentioned that the all of the guards, relatively good drill. They're carrying melee weapons, but they're quite vigilant. This is not a group that I can, kind of bribe with like drink or whatever.
No.
Ironically, but I would like to try to ingratiate myself with the guards at the gate. So, essentially, I'm going to try to instill in them like a minor kind of intimacy of camaraderie.
Okay.
So I'm gonna move up to them. I'm gonna offer them greetings. Look out, quiet night. That was a bit of an exciting thing before. They didn't need me over at Archives. I was relieved earlier. Although I did hear that there's a couple of prisoners getting quite the beatdown in the kitchen.
Why? What the hell happened? We heard a commotion from inside.
Mm-hmm. Oh, quite the commotion. I gotta tell you.
Did Seru have to take somebody out?
You know what? Don't tell anyone, okay? Seru actually didn't, because there's a realm agent here, undercover. Isn't that crazy?
What?
Yeah, hunting people from the House of Bells thing. I don't know.
A realm agent here?
Mm-hmm.
That I've got to see. And I'm stuck out here on guard duty.
No. Can be a tough gig. I mean, do you need to stretch your legs or anything? I don't mind. It's quiet around here, right? There's nothing I need to know. How's Madam? Oh shit! I wrote it down.
Ah yes, Madam Ashit.
Whispered silk.
Whispered silk. There we go. Actually, she was taking names at the entrance, right? I assume she's not still there.
No.
But,
Okay, roll me your. I'm gonna say, look, that was pretty slick.
Okay.
I'm gonna say this is this is a finesse. That was pretty slick.
Except for when you checked the name written on
Presence?
the palm of your
Would you accept a presence roll for this one?
I would very much.
So finesse presence, we'll call that. You're definitely stunted on that one. You can bank or spend as you like. It's just a 3. Oh wait, no. Do you want to use any of this guard's intimacies against him?
I would like to try. I assume, he has an intimacy towards hot goss.
Oh my god.
All right, fine. His effective resolve right now is 2. Go
Oh,
ahead.
sweet. Okay.
Hot
goss.
goss.
I'm not. I was gonna spend a mote. I don't think I need to do that.
Are we doing another reboot of Gossip Girl, except it's Pyres?
XOXO. Pyres.
Pyres. 4 successes.
If you don't mind, I could really use just to walk around. I kind of want to have a look. Do you mind?
Of course, no. Look, it's not like you get to work this kind of gig every day, so to speak. Sorry, I had a previous career before.
The pay's all right,
Yep.
and I hear they let you eat the leftovers afterwards.
Mm-hmm. And go check out some of
Somewhere else, Flaviana's like, what?
What?
God.
Oh no, I want to be a guard now.
Screw you guys, I'm staying here.
Being an usher sometimes doesn't suck.
Yeah, very true.
Sometimes.
Very true.
He walks off, and the other guards are like, they start chatting with you, just idle chit chat, you know, like
Yeah.
the kind of thing that, just like, he's one of us, man.
Yeah.
One of them is just opening her entire heart out. She's, you know, I just dumped my boyfriend,
Oh, boy.
and he's here. He's working the other side of the
Oh.
building.
Oh, no.
Oh. That's tough.
It's still dark, but
Yeah.
you can tell that there's now. It's not nearly as nice. While you weren't there, it wasn't as nice as the artifact room that was in. This is not meant for public consumption. These are more like the stacks in a library,
Yeah.
except when people were mentioning like the humidity control and stuff like that, it's absolutely there's a place for a fire to burn if it needs to get warmer, or if
Yeah.
you need to reduce the humidity in the area.
Yeah.
There's also, it seems, pipes that are channeled up towards what you can assume are the pools that are in here, so that you can cool the area if need be. These sorts of places actually exist in real life, but they're typically used to store paper, but also old film,
Yep.
Yep.
which needs to be kept in an extremely. There's actually one very close to here,
Yeah.
although I don't think it contains those films anymore. I think they've all been digitized.
Still has logo,
But
but yeah.
Parliament Hill one was.
Oh, archives it.
Yeah.
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 Cool. Feel very
so,
uneducated.
but you do hear that voice. It's meticulously organized. So you can see that there are cases that are sealed that have, like, you know, AA to AH. So it won't be hard for you to find the Heightened Senses book if it is indeed down here. But the voice doesn't seem to, whatever you heard, you can't see whoever it is right away.
My name is Kathak Pearl. I'm sort of looking around trying to see if I can't catch a glint of someone. I'm here with Seru's permission. He has given me permission under orders from Regent Fokuf to retrieve logbooks from a ship.
Why is someone down here?
I've been sent to retrieve logbooks.
But I heard there was a party.
Yes, but unfortunately the realm's workings don't always wait for parties to be over.
You hear footsteps. Massive footsteps.
Oh.
Oh my God.
I didn't think anyone was supposed to work during one of Seru's parties.
He was not pleased, but he understands the circumstances.
And then standing, like crossing through one of the stacks and turning around, is just this massive, huge man. Completely hairless. No eyebrows, no hair, no beard. He's dressed not in one of the guard uniforms that you've seen outside, but definitely what looks to be light armor. You know, something that is designed to be worn for long periods of time. He looks like when I say that he's huge, I mean he unnaturally huge.
Like
He's
10 feet?
easily over 8 feet tall.
Okay.
Cool, I can take him. Yikes.
Requiem, I believe you're referring to the Dewey Decimal System. DEWEY.
Oh, sorry.
The dual
Yes,
datum system.
I've been watching too much DuckTales. I was like, oh wait, that's actually correct.
Dewey.
Oh, I'll say something. I worked in libraries for a decade. I know that shit.
2 decimals.
Are you an attendant here? He hadn't made mention of someone working here.
I'm here to make sure that everything is kept in order.
Well, thank you. This looks extremely well organized.
Thank you. I fancy myself a librarian, although Seru just says that I'm more of a clerk.
You can be both.
You said you were Kathak Pearl?
Yes,
I'm going to need you to sign the logbook.
of course.
And he pulls out, it looks, I mean, for me, it would look like the equivalent of this in my
your
hand,
size.
but it's it's
Yeah.
the size of
That was a
Exalted
little
3rd
bit off-
edition.
Yeah, it was a little bit off camera, but it's about the size.
But in his
of
hands, it's about the
Right,
size
right.
of a card.
Yeah.
And he leans forward and he's got a quill, and there's just a list of all the people who've
I'm
been down
gonna
here. Most
hand-
of them are Seru, 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 Seru.
Yeah. I'm gonna sign my name.
Scarlet
and
Empress, Seru, Seru.
Make a really nice ornate P as I write the pearl. I mean, insert.
Thank you.
Like,
And what are you here for?
a logbook for a ship known as the Heightened Sense.
Oh, I know just the one that you're referring to. I'll help you.
Thank you very much.
Boom.
Nice.
And he crosses down and he starts saying, it's been such a lovely time when somebody comes down here. Normally it's just Seru. I don't tend to meet other people very often.
He certainly seemed reluctant, but he also seemed reluctant to leave his guests.
It's right in here. And he pulls out a case and you see that there's wax seals across the top, all of which have been broken except the last one. And he rips off the top, ripping said wax seal, reaches inside, and he pulls out a leather-bound book that's not as big as the guest book you just signed. And he hands it to you. And then he puts it back down, and he immediately starts using a piece of flint next to a candle, strikes it, lights the candle, and then starts to put a new wax seal on the box, indicating how many times it's been opened.
It's such a classy system.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
It's very labor intensive.
It's so classy.
Oresta's having a moment of guilt because she's worried that this poor soul is going to get in a lot of trouble for handing off the book.
Dear.
But
I'll arrange for more light so you can make the studies that you need.
oh no, this needs to go back to the regent himself. Yes. It has ties
Nothing ever leaves the archives once
to the
it comes in.
events of the House of Bells. Have you heard of those goings on?
What is a house of bells?
You have so much information here and you don't know of that great houses of the realm.
I can't let you leave with the book, but you're welcome to study it as long as you like. Down here, we have a desk. I made it myself.
That's very kind.
And
but
he turns around and he starts.
I cannot disobey the regent.
Stops. Turns back around. If the regent wishes to break the rules of the library, then he will have to take it up with me.
It was Seru who gave me permission. Shall I bring Seru away from his party? Does he usually behave joyfully when he's interrupted from parties? Because he didn't seem very happy when I interrupted him.
This is a persuade action.
Yeah, I know.
Let me go
Yep.
with the book. So,
Yeah, let me take the book out of here. Exactly.
Persuade.
you've done your job, so you can
Yeah.
definitely stunt. I'm going to say that this is a fortitude embassy roll.
Ooh.
Now, are you going to try to use any of his intimacies or virtues against him?
So I'm definitely going to use the stunt.
Okay.
And I'd like to use intimacies towards Seru, following Seru's rules. Which I
Okay.
know may actually be more enforcement for this. But yeah, that's all the best I got.
Makes sense
Yeah.
to me.
Okay. The resolve that you currently have to do adjusted
Yeah.
is going, because you did indeed hit
Yeah.
upon one of his intimacies.
Yeah.
You are going to have to act against a resolve of 5. May the odds ever be in your favor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Want me to get you back there, Liz?
Is it 3 fingers?
Yeah, it's
I
3
think it's
fingers.
3.
It's definitely 3 because I
Okay.
printed it out and stuck it on my brother's tribute vehicle.
Oh, very good.
This is gonna suck.
I don't know. Maybe you'll just roll a bunch of zeros.
Thankfully, I have 1 success so that I don't botch.
Oof.
Check. Yeah.
I'm very sorry, but I can't let you leave here with that book. If Seru wishes to disobey the rules of the library, he'll have to come down here and tell me himself.
You're right. Where was that desk?
I made it myself. And he starts turning around and he starts walking towards it again. I made it out of wood that we brought in,
I'd like-
special from the east.
While he's talking, like to walk so that my back is to the staircase.
Okay.
Oh no.
You've done such wonderful work here.
Thank you. I'm very proud of my library. Everything
As
here
you
is
should be.
everything here is immaculate.
As it should be kept. And I'd like to drop the torch and sprint up the stairs.
Oh my god.
And hope that his preservation of the library supersedes preservation of one. Like many
Are you
versus
trying
one.
to like smash the torch down?
I'm trying to make it enough of a threat that he has to spend some amount of time containing
So you are
it.
threatening arson.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a threat.
This is the second
This isn't a
time
threat. This is a
priceless
fact. I'm literally dropping it
items.
and going.
Okay.
This isn't
so
a
you're not
social
like
action.
yeeting it into a shelf. But
No,
you
I'm
are-
trying to like drop it and maybe hope it starts rolling towards things.
Okay, well, you know what? I appreciate the moxie
Oh my god.
of what you're doing.
I don't want to hurt the books. I really hope that he stops the fire rather than just me. Please have the same
So-
intimacies
Everyone's
as
really
me.
So I'm going to have
Yeah.
Everyone's like,
I'm gonna have you roll. This is going to be a finesse athletics.
Okay. I'm definitely going to use a mote on that. But yeah, finesse athletics.
Finesse athletics. I'll let you have the stunt.
Dear god.
I'm going to spend a mote.
And
Gain an animal. And yeah.
you can make your roll. And it's going to be against his resolve. This is essentially a social action that we're
Oh,
attempting here.
okay. So it's still against 5, I assume?
Yes.
There we go. No, I did it. So add the 3. I'm going to use the 2 stunts then. 3. Yeah. Okay.
John, could I ask you to put chatbot at the bottom again so that
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, no. Ray. Thanks.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 successes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 successes.
literally ridiculous.
So you throw the torch down.
Yeah.
You turn around, and you hear an, "Oh no! Oh no!" And then you hear the sounds. It like, if you weren't an earth aspect, this could potentially trouble your run as he slams his foot down repeatedly again and again on the torch in an attempt to put it out. And then smoke starts to rise, and he's, "Oh no!" And he rips off his armor to try to trap the smoke as you race up the stairs. You're not very nice at all.
Please save the books as I like run up the stairs. And I know that I'm about to create a bit of a vent by opening the lid too.
Oh, it's true.
So you're slamming up against the heavy lid, which is fine. You can open it. That's not an issue. It's still kind of propped open.
my God.
And then as the lid opens up, you hear, "Stop!"
I'd like to peek back down and try to get a sense of how well contained the fire is.
The fire is out. The
Oh,
problem
good.
is it's not the fire that matters.
It's the smoke.
It's the smoke now, and the fact that it's that could potentially disrupt things, and the fact, of course, that you are stealing a book.
Well, stealing a book, I know. But if the fire is out, then I'm going to slam the door down again and trust in the whole climate system. And give it a firm jump on to try to seal it up again.
Boom!
Oh my gracious.
His cries of, "Stop. Oh, I'm in so much trouble."
Oh my god.
What did you do?
He didn't want to let us leave with the book, so I had to distract him by dropping my torch. But he stopped it. He put out the fire. The
We
books
have to
are
get
safe.
out the fire.
Yep. And I'm like headed straight to the door.
Okay. You exit the door, and then you hear, just as you exit the door, Seru says, "Ladies and gentlemen, I do have a surprise for you this evening. A survivor from the battle of the House of Bells is present here. Pyres has been," and he starts going off about how Pyres has betrayed the realm, betrayed his house, the glorious allies of House Pellis, which is like at this point,
I would like to shove my book into Flavian's hands, say,
Whoa.
"Get out of here as quietly and safely as you can." And then I'd like to take off the guard's uniform so that I'm back in the clothes Seru last saw me in.
Oh, good god.
What do I do with this?
Tuck it away and skirt your way out of here if you can. Try to find the rest of the Hearth circle. Whoa.
And what are you going to do?
Try to buy us time before he goes and tries to find Pyres in his cell.
All right.
I don't have much time.
You got this. You're a guard. You're a guard going on guardly duties.
I'm a guard.
You're, gonna check the outer perimeter.
Be the guard.
Oh boy.
And she draws herself up and marches right out of there.
Very good. Thanks, Lemon Eater.
Can I see any of this?
Yes.
I see Oresta?
You see Flavienne.
Okay.
Oresta, are you out of the building? Where are you headed?
Once I've got the clothes off, I'm gonna try to make my way back towards the building that I had them in, and then walk out towards the courtyard from there.
So you see Oresta leave the building and start skirting around to try to get back to the building that she once was in. You don't see Pyres. He's
Okay.
at the gate, securing your escape.
And Siantel?
Siantel is still schmoozing, but like at this point, she's now growing increasingly more like, I don't want to be here anymore.
So I just want to try to catch as many people's eyes as possible. Even, or not you, Pyres, but even not you, Pyres.
Fucking Pyres.
No. But Siantel, Flavienne, even though when I see she's dressed as a guard, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to be obvious about approaching her. But Oresta, I don't know if Oresta can see me if I'm like, oh.
I'm going to leave that up to you.
I guess I'm keeping an eye on my surroundings because I'm trying to make sure if Seru sees me, I'm gonna instantly turn towards him. But if he hasn't spotted me yet, then I'm gonna keep going.
He hasn't.
So I'm gonna.
He's still too busy enumerating the crimes, of which include
Yeah, I'm ready to hear what
that
bullshit he's cooked up for me.
he betrayed Viren. He's responsible for Viren's death.
That is technically true in a way.
That
Mildly
he that he attempted to use seduction to further Anathema control.
Honestly, probably true.
So to Gale, I'm gonna either do like a little like running on my hand or like a gesture like that, and then go back to walking. I'm like walking.
Sorry,
Keep walking.
Okay, I'm gonna take that to mean leave. So
Thumbs up.
kind of like watching where the direction Flavienne's going, and I'm gonna start kind of like moseying in that direction too, looking at Siantel. I'm like,
Siantel just pats somebody affectionately on the shoulder, gives that person her glass, and then practically pirouettes away. And if it doesn't bother anyone here, we're going to see him face justice.
So I
Now he's looking.
hopefully
Yeah, you've made it.
they're great. I'd like to be standing there and look at him.
Kithek Pearl.
I want to try to make a subtle gesture, but like, come over here to him.
He slides down the ice that forms under his feet from the fountain and then just coasts along the courtyard. Again, gliding as opposed to walking.
I'll open the door behind me, which is down the stairs towards where the pantry is, and as a gesture of like, come on in, but like still trying to communicate that there's something he needs to know.
Where is the prisoner?
Locked up.
I need to present him to my guests.
I guess I'm gonna try to cross towards him then, if he's not coming to me, because I want to be able to communicate to him in hushed tones.
Okay. No, he's close to you.
Okay,
now.
great.
He was just like, where the fuck is he?
Your guards were very excited to get to beat up a prisoner.
And
He's not currently conscious, and they didn't avoid the face.
what?
It's not gone
You
or anything.
let this happen.
It's your property, sir.
And he strikes you.
Oh, I'm gonna let him. But I'm not going to move. Like, he can hit me, like, but like my face isn't gonna move.
You
I accept-
You
I
earth
accept the hit.
aspected it up.
I accept the hit, but like, I don't stop him. I let him hit me, but like I'm
You
not.
just toughly take it.
Yeah.
Break his hand with your face.
He does
I-
not seem pleased that you do not have the decency to even snap your head off to the left. This is incompetence of the highest order.
Would you like to display his corpse? Not corpse. He's not dead. Would you like to display his unconscious?
I'm going to rewind that.
Yeah.
Are you actually like
No.
faking out that it's a
No,
corpse?
no.
Okay.
Would you like to display his ruined body because of what he deserves?
We'll be displaying yours in a moment. Fetch him.
All right. I'm gonna head down to the pantry.
Okay.
Before I turn away from him, I want to quickly scan and see where my hearth mates are currently located, and then turn.
They're all converging towards the gate.
Perfect.
Perfect.
So I'm gonna head down towards the pantry if Seru doesn't want to come with me.
No, he's turned to the crowd. It'll be a moment, ladies and gentlemen.
Open up the lock. Shove one of the guards into Pyres' clothes.
Hooray!
Well, this should be
Is
interesting.
the guard, you mean like one of the unconscious
Guards.
Okay.
yeah.
It's nice.
And I believe it was near the dishwashing station. And I'm hoping that there's some dirty dishes that still have some barbecue sauce on them.
Okay.
And
Do you have any banked stunts?
I do not.
I do. I have a banked stunt. that I
Thank
can
you,
give
friend,
Yes,
if you're
you
willing
can.
to share it.
Oh
Thank you.
my god.
Yeah, and I'm gonna try to.
This, please.
I mean, like this guard has been like knocked unconscious, but I'm trying to obscure the hair and some of the face.
Okay.
oh,
And then I'm gonna start dragging him up the stairs. I'm gonna throw him over my shoulder so that like his butt is first.
Okay.
So that his head's
Badass
over my
anyway.
shoulder.
All right. Okay.
Oh my god.
Thanks, Uncle Tony.
What's your fortitude stealth?
That's an interesting combination, and together I have 4.
You're gonna have to roll it.
Okay. And there are no other stunts.
You'll give you your stunt
Okay.
for it, but you are attempting a disguise.
Yeah.
Now, you might not be discovered immediately if this
No.
disguise doesn't work, but
Yeah.
we will find out how good your disguise is.
It's not supposed to be terribly good, so it's okay if it's not amazing.
I mean, my hope is we can just, figure out a distraction or just GTFO at some point.
That's a success. So hopefully, him being in the correct clothes will buy me a couple of seconds.
Oh my god.
Is that Pyres? No, it isn't.
So you drag out this
They're
guy
over
who's
my
covered
shoulder.
in barbecue sauce and Pyres sweaty clothes.
They
Sweaty,
were
ripped
so
clothes.
nice though, right? Remember,
Yeah.
it was like super fancy.
Yeah, but you
It's
tore them open.
Yeah, like sexily though.
Okay. So you pull him out,
Mhm.
So stupid.
and then Seru practically hisses, "Get him up here."
Yeah, I'm walking his over my shoulder.
It appears we're going to have to wake the old boy up.
For his crimes, he has already begun to face his punishment.
And what is that punishment, Kavak Pearl?
Interrogation.
That's not a punishment. That's a procedure.
I fluttered my eyelashes at him as if I'm trying to be cute about what I meant.
Ladies and gentlemen, and he reaches forward, snags by the chest, pulls him up, and lifts him over his head on the fountain. The Quisling.
And I'd like to uppercut the Quisling, so I'd like to give him a strong uppercut to the face. I'm so sorry, guard. To hopefully try to...
So
Yeah.
his
Yep.
blood sprays out into
Yeah.
the crowd and lands on a few people, and they're like, "Ah!" And there's some curious looks of like, "Ah,"
I'm giving them a sport. I'm giving them a show.
except
That was a bit like,
Oh my god.
oh no! Why would you look at the blood? Oh god.
Why is it in your
mouth?
teriyaki.
The heck?
Oh my god.
Truly incredible.
Your disguise is not going to last for much longer.
Nope.
So what do? You have now all managed to make it to the gate.
Okay.
Flavienne is holding a leather-bound book.
I'd like to stop and look shocked at the face that I just punched.
And then he lowers it down, and he looks, and he just smacks his hand across the face, then comes away with it and just shakes his hand down, realizing that this is not blood. Well, some of it's blood now.
They've escaped. I whisper to him like a sharp hiss. That's not him. That's not him. I'm gonna peel back. I'm gonna backpedal and head straight back towards the pantry.
Stop! And he hurls the body at you.
I want to catch it.
With one hand?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Fuck yeah.
By the face.
And he once again slides down off his fountain and steps towards you, and the rest of the crowd starts feeling a chill in the air, and they step back, and he draws his diclave and he points it directly at your throat, although he's still a
Yeah,
bit of a
distant.
distance away. You are not who you say you are.
And are you?
Agent of the realm.
Agent of Arjuf? Are you working in Arjuf's interests, sir, or your own?
Do you lie only to a highly placed diplomat, or to the realm entire?
Diplomat or underworld? I can't come up with a proper word.
Oh,
Yeah, whatever.
Diplomat or diclomat?
Yeah. Oh, a bit.
God damn it.
Diplomat or crook?
There you go.
Roll join battle.
Oh no. That is.
That's okay. That's okay.
Anyone
This
want
is
some wings?
yeah.
Just tip him on this guy's face. Ridiculous.
I have it written down somewhere that's not at hand, but there are 12 places I can look, so I'm gonna. And I'm singing to entertain people while I look for stuff. Yeah. Brought to you in part.
All right.
You should call
New
it whatever
systems.
attribute.
I should
ability.
point out that
Here we go. At ability.
this is the second time that Seru has been in combat. This party. He is down 1 health level, which you had taken away from him. So that is still under
Consideration.
consideration. Yes.
Does fortitude presence make the most sense?
Yes.
Great.
Nice. Good shout.
3 successes.
6 successes.
Yep.
I will go first. Seru whirls his diclave, smashing it into the ground and then sending up ice shards directly towards you. This is just a withering attack. It's not actually a charm. He's still at close range to you. It's just a way for him to attack that sounds cool. Okay, I'm
Yep.
sorry.
Having caught the guard and dropped him, I'm just going to bring my arm up in just a very controlled gesture to try to deflect the ice shards.
All right, I'm using Excellent Strike.
Great.
Your defense is successfully stunted to add 1, or you can bank the stunt. That's up to you.
I'm
is your
going to
defense?
bank the stunt, so my defense is 4.
All right, here we go. I gain 5 successes,
Perfect.
which is enough to achieve his overwhelming
Yeah,
essentially,
exactly.
in terms of that. So we're up by 3 power. To you.
Perfect. I'm next. Great. Excellent. This is just, I'm going to...
You can hear this starting to happen, by the way.
Yeah. I'm going to head into Earth Dragon form, so that's going to cost me... So that's on step 1. So I'm going to be... Sorry, I'm still getting used
Yeah,
to
no problem.
the system. So I am going to head to... No, I'm gonna drop into my standing pose.
Okay.
Sorry, folks.
Oh, it's quite
no
all right.
problem.
There's just a lot of options and a lot of different moving parts that I haven't figured out how all fit together. Yeah, this is going to be a build power action. So I'm going to...
You can flurry it with entering Earth Dragon form if you wish.
That's the thing. I'm just not quite sure whether, like, where in a charm... Because I could just attack him and activate it as a charm.
You can
while
activate it
attacking,
on
right?
step 1 of the scene, yes.
Okay,
Which
then
means
I'll
that
just
you can
attack him. Great. Then, yeah, I'm going to drop into form and lunge towards him, heading to... Hopefully setting him off of his stance. And that means that I'm activating...
Because it's brought up in chat,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
we are currently, according to the laws of Canada and Quebec, legally allowed to be in close proximity to each other, as we have all achieved the correct amount of immunization required for this. We would not otherwise. As you know, we've been streaming from remote locations for a very long time. So I just feel it's important to make sure that that's established. We are not flaunting the rules. We are following them.
Yep.
Thanks for letting us know.
Thank you. Yeah, so I'm going to spend that moat. Gain that. Oh, there we go. Nope, should be at 3. And gain an Anathema. Perfect. And then I'm going to attack. So I've stated my intent and stunt. We're at step 3. Roll my attack.
Yep.
Attribute, ability, and bonus.
Oresta has entered Earth Dragon form, which means that her soak is increased by 3. She gets 2 bonus dice on knockback and knockdown gambits, or when attacking prone opponents. So once she's knocked them down, then she gets extra dice to kick their ass. She also ignores wound penalties, and her hardness is increased by 1. You may access Earth Aura.
Mm-hmm.
Ignore wound penalties as well?
Yes.
So that's all. It's amazing.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
so many
insanely
things.
powerful.
Yeah.
So many things.
Specifically, you have to be dragon-blooded to ignore
Oh.
wound penalties and increase your hardness by 1.
Okay.
That's special.
Ooh.
Still though,
Great.
there's a few.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is his defense?
His defense is currently at 5.
Okay, well, I rolled 5. So
Perfect. So then you succeed in your hit.
successes increase power. So it's just my overwhelming at this point?
Yes.
Great. So then I gain.
Remember that you have. Did you add your accuracy?
I have 0 accuracy.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
So I gain 2 power.
2 power.
Yeah,
Excellent.
I got that. Yes.
Seru is going to take his next action. He's flurrying. The first action is going to be another attack. He's going to step forward, whirling his Dieclave over his head, and he's going to feint with the blade, but then try to smash Oresta's face with the pommel. But at the same time, he shouts out a command: "Guards to me!"
Oh, bye. Well, then there you go.
So first the attack. Now remember, when using a flurry, specifically in this particular thing, a flurry is when you're taking more than one action.
Yeah.
Uh,
You take -3 dice to both actions, I believe.
yes. So here comes the attack.
Do we have a flurry button? Who knows? Probably not.
No, he misses.
Okay.
However,
he still gains his overwhelming.
he still gains his overwhelming.
Incredible.
However, he also has now successfully, or rather, he's going to attempt a war action. That succeeds. You can hear guards gathering their equipment, including the ones at the gate, and they're like, "Oh, I guess it's go time, right?" And then they turn around and they're all like, "Yeah, yeah!" They're tapping each other on the breastplates, and now they all start marching in.
Okay. I'm starting the action, and then I'm gonna do the like doop 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 doop. Just go back.
Okay.
I'm gonna start to open the gate.
Within 2 rounds, Oresta, another party will enter this combat, a battle group.
Yeah.
Do you have anything that you want to do?
Well, I'm thinking of my shiny new charm, and I'm wondering that the storm calling strategies, and I'm wondering if I can cast that from outside the party to help Oresta inside. Because basically any individual would suffer a 2 dice penalty, except my allies. And then if they're battle groups, they would suffer a penalty as well.
What is it called again?
Storm calling strategies.
Storm Calling Strategy. That's such
Yeah.
a great name.
It's a
Right.
pretty cool name.
So, specifically, Storm Calling Strategies states it's a tactic for a single battle. Enemy battle groups suffer a 3 dice environmental penalty. Allies are unaffected. I will say that you are allowed to use this, even if you are not currently active in combat.
Cool.
However, I'll point out that if you get to the point where she can hear or pay attention to you, you are allowed to take actions to build her power.
Right.
Without being... Of course, that will out you as her ally,
Yeah.
but
Whereas I feel like if I just make it super windy and
that's fair.
basically make it very hard for people to attack her, so I'm committing my moat.
Okay. What was previously a clear night begins to rapidly become overcast, and there's a rumble deep in the ground and in the air. Oresta.
Gritting my teeth against his started onslaught, I'm going to still force my way towards him, trying to get to closer and closer quarters and start pummeling at his organs on the sides of his rib cage, like just below his rib cage.
Okay. he is going to just take his diclave, bring it down to protect himself, and hiss, "You're ruining my party."
Don't care.
Couldn't care less.
My name's Paul. This is between y'all.
Great.
Pyres just keeps backing up towards the gate.
So I'm activating my excellency. I spent my moat.
All right, his defense is
Attacking?
currently 5.
Great.
Oh, go.
Should have used a stunt. Is that
You
enough
did stunt.
dice? I didn't even roll enough dice. I'm sorry.
So roll your dice, and you absolutely stunted.
Yay.
At this point, you made a description, you get a stunt. That's the way it goes.
Nay.
But also, as soon as I threw it, I'm like, I'm short a lot of dice there because I used my excellency to add my extra dice. So there we go.
Yeah.
Is that a dice container that you're using for a dice tray from Die Hard Dice?
Ding, 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 ding.
Die Hard Dice Call.
Yeah.
9 successes. So
Whoa.
that's 4 threshold. So that should be 4 power.
Wow.
Great.
Enjoy your 4 power. I'll again consult with you, Pyres, if there's anything that you want to do.
I'm in the process of opening the gate. I do want to take an action. Yeah, this might put me into the combat. I'm not sure. Standing atop the gate, I want to use Battalion Breaking Shout. I want to try to some of the guards are like running away from the gate. They're all converging, right? They've all received an order.
Mm-hmm.
I want to try to break some of their ranks. I'm sure Battalion Breaking Shout is meant to be like scary. I'm sure it's meant to be intimidating, but what I want to do is sow confusion. So instead, I'm going to stand atop the gate and point behind one of the outbuildings and shout, "They're getting away that way! You know what I mean? Like,
I'm fine with you using this as a redirect as opposed to something scary. That's
breaking shout.
it's called a battalion.
Yeah, that's what I wrote down.
Why can I not find it?
Page 34. I have.
30.
That must have been when it was still in chapters.
Oh
Yeah.
shoot! Yeah, my bag.
I was like, what the fuck? Here it is,
Like,
Battalion Breaking
intro?
Shout. Okay. Oh, see page XX.
Son of a.
I love it.
That means that it's further up.
My aim will be to sow confusion and hopefully reduce their ability to like converge effectively and make a good fighting machine. Hopefully, then get blown
is.
over by the storm.
Got it. So, yeah, you rob a group of its cohesion. You're going to spend 1 mote. You roll Force in War or Force in Presence against the battle group's resolve. And otherwise, you'll lower their effective drill by 1 if you succeed, or by 2 if 3 or more successes are rolled.
Okay.
This is good because I definitely don't have a drill of 1.
Yeah, it's kind of my thought.
Oh, I assumed it was intentional, Requiem Lost. You were doing like a sewing pun, a tailoring pun.
A tailoring pun. Tailor. Yeah.
We have so much craft.
4 successes.
That's success, which means that you have effectively reduced the drill of the unit by 1, which means that I'm going to rule that it will take them an extra round to get to you.
Nice.
Perfect.
Because some of them are like, oh, what?
However, I will say that you have now brought yourself to attention. You have joined the battle.
Okay, let's do it.
So welcome.
Pyres.
Welcome to Castle Plague.
Welcome, Pyres.
Does join battle apply when you come in part way?
Yeah, it's a good question.
Well, because it's still popcorn initiative at this point, now you can pass. When it's your turn on initiative, you then can
Okay.
choose which one of you acts first.
So I'm
and
just
then you
entering
pass
on
the
this
next.
side of the fight.
That's right.
obviously, right?
Yeah.
That makes
But
sense.
you don't get to roll to see if you've gained power in advance.
Yeah.
It's not like join battle where you
Yeah.
roll to establish initiative. Cool. Gale Whispered, you still have not yet joined battle.
Yeah.
Once you have taken an action that puts you on one side definitively, then you will be able to join in, which means if you want to, you just have to act during the PC Storyteller Initiative.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay. So, you managed to you didn't actually connect with any of your blows, but you staggered him back, and he's stepped back a few times. His diclave isn't sitting in his hand the way that he would like. His guards are not arriving as fast as he would like. And then he snarls at you. It's people like you who prove Viren right. And he's going to go for a decisive strike directly at your solar plexus.
What did you call me?
I'm going to attempt to just completely sidestep it, hoping that he will be thrown off balance.
Woof.
So he takes a 2 dice
and-
penalty for this, John.
For what reason?
Individuals suffer a 2 dice penalty because of the whins.
Do we still recover a mount per round? Oh.
Yes. Oh, yeah. You recover a remote per round. That's the Breath of War. It's happening.
Yeah, this is the 3rd round, so I will recover mine too.
Yep.
Great.
Her anathema plexus.
And yeah, I'd like to
Very good. Very good.
put a little bit of pressure to try to spin him a bit further while I sidestep.
All right.
Thank you.
I just want you to have them. Just want you
Oh,
to
are
have
those motes or stunts?
They were motes. I'm so sorry. You're using them as times.
Scott.
No, thank you.
Excellent strike removes all penalties hindering a single close combat attack.
Spits into the wind. He goes, fuck you.
However, now you can see that
Yeah.
there's a buildup of ice shards that are starting to play around his body. His anima is increasing. Ready?
Yes. So my defense is 5.
Excellent.
Yes.
Okay. That is indeed 5 successes.
Great.
So you are going to get hurt.
Yeah.
But by how much?
Yep.
Let me just...
I have... How much power did he spend, by the way?
he's spending all of it.
Okay,
So
great,
he's
because I have
currently at
5 hardness.
He's currently at power 6.
Great.
Yeah, right. 5 or more, right.
That's right. Which means that he's spent the power, so let's take it away from him. And then we are going to have him roll. You also...
Yep.
You are now going to be suffering a 1 success penalty, not die, but success penalty to athletic rolls, and reduce your defense by 1 until the start of your next turn.
No.
Okay.
But that also is going to happen right away.
Gilladgood is reminding you about your soak.
Yes, my
including
soak
Dragon
is
form.
9 currently.
Yes.
Cool. Nice. That's pretty
What?
Enemies affected by Cold Moon Smash can neither flurry actions nor move more than 1 rage band in their next turn.
Okay.
So your soak is?
Or
9.
dragon form.
I mean, like you just can't.
I mean, I spent a whole charm just to get 1 extra soak. I'm
That's
made
true,
out
actually.
of toughness, and I'm in a
Yeah,
dragon
it's
form.
look. I'm not complaining.
The one thing I do is soak.
that's what Oresta do.
Which is actually now, in
Yeah.
essence, actual soak. Like,
Yeah.
In essence.
Uh,
You pick the character.
Fuck. Okay, so are we ready?
yep.
All right.
he rolls all 10s. Crazy town.
You will. Just wait.
That'd be really
You'll
impressive.
botch. You can't botch damage, I don't think, but it's also got so many dice.
I'm not actually sure that that's like a
Yeah.
thing.
Anyway, apply roll damage. Power spent
Botch damage is
plus
applied
threshold
to you.
plus bonuses.
So
What the hell?
here's the damage. There was no threshold. Here's the power.
D6.
Mm-hmm.
How many
Okay.
bonuses
And
you
we
have?
double the extra successes after applying defense, but before any bonus successes are applied. But we didn't have any extra successes.
Oh, Gilladgood is saying, remember that weapon damage is auto successes, not dice.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it
Thank
is.
you.
Okay. Now I'm understanding.
Mostly I'm saying this for my benefit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are-
thank you,
Y'all,
though.
y'all know.
Yeah.
Are you ready? Because I
Yeah.
don't think this is gonna.
Hey, there are auto successes.
Here we
but-
go.
Yeah.
Okay. So you will take no damage.
Yay!
You have soaked all of the 4 damage you would have taken. So it applies to incoming damage rolls. Yep. So there
Yep.
it goes.
Fantastic.
So he just goes hop and
Yeah.
while it finds itself true,
Yeah.
his blade is deflected by the force of your own body.
Mm-hmm.
And his eyes widen. Who are you?
A true words,
Hero of the House of Bells?
not
Prince of the Earth.
patriot. Something like a true ally, loyal. I don't know.
Soldier?
Words. Someone who's truly loyal to the realm. I just
Yeah.
can't find the words
No,
to
no,
say
it's
that
not
fully.
what I would say that either.
I think a patriot would be an equivalent.
A true loyalist to the realm. I do not line my pockets for my own benefit, as I prepare to. Now I'm.
Now the crowd around you is buzzing. There's like, he doesn't do that, and those other people are like, well.
So I'm going to launch a knockdown gambit. So I'm going to spend 4 power to do this.
Yep.
Viren was also looking to build his own name at the cost of children. He is no hero, and I'm like, and this is.
So you're just gonna lay the beat
Yeah.
down on him?
So this is a knockdown gambit. Because I am in Earth Dragon form, I get 2 extra dice to the gambit.
You sure do.
So this cost me power. I spent it. And let me get to my bigger gambit description here. First gambit.
I'll give you your stunt, by the way.
campaign. Thank you.
And then after this, you'll pass on to Pyres.
Yes.
Or Gale Whispered, depending.
Gambit.
Yay!
Grapple. Gambits. Decisive attack.
Nice reply.
Attack and defense rolled as normal. Must equal or surpass defense. Okay. Great. So then it's a standard attack. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, plus close combat, plus my stunt, plus my 2 extra dice. Perfect.
You're looking to defeat a defense of 4.
Nice. Ugh. 1, 2, 3, 5. Hooray! So I succeed. So
You succeed. This was a knockdown,
a knockdown. Yes.
so the target is now knocked prone.
Yes. If he tries to rise, I can oppose it. And it's a simple action for him to try to rise. It's on page 130 or 131 if you want the full text.
Yep, I got it here.
Great. 1 round per extra success, so that would be 1 round.
I mean,
And that's part of. Yeah, because knockdown specifically here,
Or am I looking at the wrong row?
it just says knock the target prone.
Yeah, I was reading into knockout. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
Character turn. Yep, perfect. So yeah, knocked down.
'Kay.
Pyres.
yep. I'm gonna. Well, since I've already kind of called attention to myself, I'm gonna raise my swords up in the air. I'm gonna try to inspire and build some power over here for Oresta. Yeah, I just want to shout out across the crowd to all the assembled guests that yeah, I'm just gonna raise my sword. This party is no longer a safe place for you. Run to your homes before Seru can hurt you any more than he already has.
Okay. And what are you attempting to do?
Inspire and build power for Oresta. Makes sense?
All right, go for it.
I'm gonna do it.
I'm going to call this, that's straight up force and presence. And I'll give you your 2 dice for your stunt.
Sorry for the loud noise.
Gale Whispered, are you looking to enter combat at this point? Or are you looking to GTFO?
I think I'm good where I'm at. I don't seem like I'm needed yet.
Yes,
so
the
I'll
best,
I'll
the
stay
best
near the
strategy
exit.
is to...
Is to let Oresta punch things.
Well, that's good.
I hear this strategy. We gotta go.
I got 6 successes along with my charms, so I think those just immediately transfer.
Those go right into your...
Back Oresta.
That I believe brings me up to 10 power.
Oh shit!
Oh! Yeah, did you spend for the...
Yeah, I spent, but I had.
She spent 4.
Yeah, I had 6.
you already had a bunch.
Or I had.
8 or whatever.
You had 2. You just gained 6. You should
Yeah.
need 8.
Oh, 8. Yeah. Okay.
Damn
I
it!
math wrong. I had spent 4, and I was like, oh, 4 left. No, I'm at 10. 8. So that's amazing.
Okay. Round.
Mm-hmm. Regain a moat.
You regain a moat. That means that Seru is going to attempt to stand. By now, his army should be arriving on the scene, but they're not. because you've distracted them.
Just a sec.
For you,
I'm going
he's going to rise, so
oppose.
you can oppose. So this is going to be
Athletics.
He's going to use his athletics. You're going to use your close combat.
Yep.
You could. I would also. You know what? No, for this, I'll let you use physique to just dominate him back
Sure.
down. So here we go.
Good wants to verify that 6 successes on the roll brought 4 power, right?
Oh yes, because it's 3, and then the.
Oh, yes, and then one
Oh,
additional
okay,
beyond
thank
that.
you.
My apologies.
Whoop.
Thank you.
Whoop.
All right.
I mean,
Thank you.
So here
Thank
we
you
go.
for reminding us.
Breakers 3 is the
Whew.
baseline.
Ooh.
Everyone's like,
2 successes.
1.
Yay!
yay!
So Seru does not rise,
I just push him right back down.
And the wind blows.
and instead
Gale.
he's going to shout out, "Somebody do something about her!" But the guests are still just watching now, actually actively arguing against each other. Go for it.
Those who are in the wrong will never succeed in the end. Viren tried to defeat children and failed. I don't want to say children. Viren tried to defeat students and failed. Those same young terrestrials are here to end the wrong in this town. And I'm gonna decisive attack. And I'm just gonna try to shove my fist. I'm just gonna fucking punch him right in the face.
Yes, yeah, go for
Yeah,
Sarah
yeah.
deserves to get punched
Fuck
in the
it.
face, I think. At this point.
Yeah.
it. All my
Oh, that
homies
gives me
hate
2
Seru.
accuracy. Ooh, unarmed for the win.
So I will
Yeah.
point out, I
Yeah.
will remind you that
Yeah.
because you are currently using dragon, Earth Dragon form,
Yep.
that you have an extra 2 dice because he is prone.
Yep. That's right. Plus 2 dice versus prone. Okay. That's
Couldn't get up because you
accuracy.
decided to just be like, nope.
2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2. Fortitude. And a stunt. And let's roll these dice. This one's on top. I dropped
And now
it.
it's
I'll
on the
just grab
ground.
another one.
That's why we have spare dice.
Yep.
Exactly.
7 successes to hit him.
Okay, so his defense.
I spend all my power, by the way, so that's 6 power.
Okay, so that's what you're going to roll. Now you are attacking somebody who's prone.
Yes.
I believe that means that his. Here, let me just make absolutely sure
Yeah,
about
let's check.
this. Because if you're attacking somebody who is prone, thank you for the cheering, Kung Fu Fenders. It is
Thank
absolutely
you.
noticed. It is super cool.
Versus prone.
Yeah. What is the difference for if somebody is prone?
I think so. That's going to be in like 130 to 132 range page wise, but I think it's just that they have to get up in order to move. I think that's the big thing, because if you're knocked back, you lose defense for a round, but not once you're knocked down. So I had 6 power.
Yeah, reduce defense by 2.
Ooh.
Specifically, yeah, that's what I was looking for. So that means that your threshold successes right now.
Yeah.
The defense was 2,
Yeah.
so
So I had 6 successes, so that would be 4.
you get 4 plus the power that you spent, which is
Yeah.
6, and then remember
plus
that
my
your
damage.
damage is
0 when I'm unarmed.
Yep. So
Yep.
just
That's
that's your damage.
That's fine, though. You'll and subtract. So it comes off this. I'm just.
Zeros, by the way, for these rolls count double.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
no longer.
Only 2 successes, so I assume he soaks it.
Yes.
Yeah.
He does soak it.
Whap.
So it still sends him, crushed further into his own ice. You hear a as he tries to struggle and get back up. So he's attempting to rise again. You can oppose this.
I will, though. Does Pyres act? Because it's Pyres.
Okay, yeah, you
after
can
me.
you can move to Pyres. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I want us to get out of here. I'm trying to think of whether I can try to do that on my own. I was gonna build more power, but I'm just trying to think if there's a better way to do that.
Just point out that you can move 2 ranged bands by sprinting
Sprinting.
as a simple action on your next round,
Mm-hmm.
and he has to rise. He
Yeah.
can't chase you.
Yeah.
So
To get away. So I think then what I'm going to do is to try to
probably make sure the gate's open.
finish opening the gate.
Secure our escape.
Well, it was like partially opened, I'm like imagining it's like you have to duck under it or slide under it. Yeah, I'm going to jump down off the little rampart there and
Or the
cranking.
ramparts Pyres watched.
with his shirt fluttering. I'm going to keep opening it up and shout. I'm going to keep shouting the word "run" into the crowd, but you know,
Yeah.
Okay.
that's me.
Passes on to Seru. That's 1 mote for those who are in combat. Siantel is now. We need to go.
Oh, I am well aware.
So she heads out the gate.
Nice.
Flavienne is like, stop, thief. She starts running after. More of a trot.
So good. We're gonna work on the acting.
I'm creeping closer to the gate.
Story of
I'm
my
like-
life.
But I'm just like watching for where my allies are, my hearth mates.
So he's attempting to rise again.
Oh, he's attempting to rise.
I will contest again.
Much like the bread of which Flavienne is so fond.
Yes.
Then. Okay.
1 success.
I rolled 2 successes. So he is standing up, but
Oh.
that's the one action he's allowed to take.
Seeing that, as far as I can tell, my allies are now all well towards the gate, I am going to attempt to sprint. But is there a disengage anymore?
No.
Oh.
Disengage no longer exists.
Great. I would like to flurry it. Doesn't say I can't, so I'm going to flurry it with a use of Glorious Exalted Bolt. Glorious Exalted Bolt. So
Dang.
I'm going to sprint my 2.
So sprinting is your action. It's a simple action.
I can't flurry.
You can flurry.
2 simple actions in 1 round. Different actions -3 to both dice bolts.
That you
So,
can
yeah.
do.
That's exactly it.
I was just making sure that you knew you were flurrying.
So that's what I am
Yeet.
doing. So I'm going to send a bolt. I'm going to stamp my foot and send a bolt of earth to try to get it in his face to slow his chasing me.
Okay.
So I will spend my moat, which will increase my anima. And that is a accuracy 2 attack.
Because I guess worst case.
That uses...
That's okay. Yeah, that's good.
Can I be doing? I have something small and stupid I'd like to do.
I like small and stupid.
Excellent.
Much like my...
I would like to be using the heel of my boot to dig a small trench between the 2 gate posts, so that anyone who doesn't know it's there might trip.
I'm going to assist in this endeavor.
It's just a little Home Alone action here, just to try to slow them down.
Little Lego bricks at the bottom.
Just little marbles.
So that's 4 successes towards his defense.
Yep. That's fine. You succeed. This was a withering attack that you decided, so you can essentially, I think you're just going to gain
Get
your
my overwhelming, which is 3. So I'll gain my 3 power.
Okay.
round.
Because
Yeah,
you
no,
folks
I-
talked about what you were
exactly, I have
doing
no
and
other-
your done list.
Yeah, I'm
Great
just
round.
digging away.
So you're attempting to get out. So Oresta is now going through the gate,
Oh, great.
and this is when the army finally manages to get their shit together, realizing that somebody has lied to them, realizing it was you. And then you see that one guard, and his face looks crestfallen, like, I trusted you.
Oh God.
I think I'm gonna mouth "I'm sorry, bro" in his direction or something to that effect. And then I'm gonna turn and run. He's like, I gotta kill you. I'm like, I gotta go. I have to run, man. We're to meet Pokin on the docks, but we're probably to meet Bati elsewhere.
Yeah. I'm sure we had that plan. I
Okay.
just don't remember if we explicitly
We have to go
stated
meet Pokin first because he has some of your shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
but
right.
we're also
He's
leaving
going to
by
make his
the docks.
reflexive physique roll, yeah, because it's not a glorious exalted bolt. It's an elemental bolt attack.
That's no, because
You have
I'm
like a
gonna have to
mode?
look it up
Because
because
you're dragon blooded.
yeah, but I think that's a separate thing that I buy. That's
No,
like
it's you automatically gain the mode of your
Okay.
exalted.
217.
type.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes they say upgrade, and then I think it's
It is-
Yeah.
purchased.
it
But
is
if
a
it
little bit
doesn't
like-
say it, then
yeah.
I think it's a freebie. John, do you want to say that Bati told us to
Oh,
meet
yeah.
us
At his ramen place that he's eating.
at the
Of
ramen
course, yes,
place?
that's right.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
You're right. Thank you.
Straight to the docks.
He succeeds, so it doesn't matter.
Okay,
But,
well, okay.
but yes, you would have elemental bolt attack. with
Yeah.
glorious
Thank
exalted
you.
bolt.
Yeah, there's another upgrade to it. It's got a different name.
Yeah.
That's what I thought they were talking about, but it's
I'm obsessed with all of these headcanon attendees who are just there like,
Gilad, good, keeping us honest here.
Yeah.
thanks,
Please,
Gale,
thank you.
good.
But yeah, the name of the game is like as soon as Oresta's out the gate, we are also taking off through back roads. I want
Probably not all together.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is a chase, by the way, folks, which means that this is a
Hey!
venture that you're going to have to undergo. There are guards who are chasing you.
Okay.
Now, are you splitting up or are you going to stay together? I know that eventually you will converge on the same location, but are you going to try to run together or run separately?
I think it's important that some of us run separately. I'm not running.
Because you're not necessarily a target.
Yeah, so I
Oh,
think that's going to
interesting
be
shout.
helpful.
All right. So,
I'm
for the two of you, are you running together or are you running separately?
My intention was to use my anima effect to get zero cost to knock back and knock down extras to stop and just basically
Yeah.
just.
I'm not talking
So I
about
don't
what you're
know
doing
whether I'm
yet.
running-
Are you running? Are you sticking together or are you
I
trying
definitely
to
wouldn't
separate?
stick together. I
Yeah.
would not.
We're gonna.
Okay, so that's right. The two of you are going to undergo separate ventures
Okay.
to escape at this
Okay.
point. You have just delivered the first obstacle, which is the people converging on your location.
Mm-hmm.
You're essentially trying to just knock everyone back, scatter them like 10 pins, and being able to get away.
Yeah.
How are you avoiding the initial crush?
The initial crush. I think I'm going to. I think I'm going to remove the headpiece I had on, part of the guard armor I was wearing. I'm just throwing them backwards in my wake.
Oh, do you throw them? Do you throw them as swords?
Oh, I would have done that back when we were down in the basement.
Oh, that's
Okay,
fair.
well, then you
Yeah.
have your sword.
Swords. Okay,
Yeah.
great.
And yeah, good. Keep going.
No, just yeah. So I'm removing some of my guard's outfit to sort of create a bit of, not even terrain, just like the things to throw
Debris.
behind me. And I'm going to strike one of the stone walls that I'm running by with abandon to create like a shower of sparks. Maybe light something ablaze behind.
Okay.
Sweet.
For you, this is going to be a fortitude close combat. Succeed, and you'll knock enough people away so that you can avoid the crush and then start escaping. For you,
Yarg.
this is going to be you're specifically using like sparks and a show to try to get away. This is performance.
Okay.
You're going to be rolling fortitude performance for this. Both of you will get your stunts. Succeed on this as a standard action, and you'll pass the first part of your venture.
Nice.
For you,
Yeah.
all you need to do is successfully roll finesse stealth
Okay.
once, and you are clear.
Okay.
If you don't, somebody's going to take notice that you're trying to leave early.
I'm trying to match the panicked pace
Okay.
of everybody
So
else.
then that's your stunt. Go ahead. More than 3 and you've succeeded.
Yeah, 6.
Just 2.
Okay, so you have managed to get away. The second part of your venture is just going to be straight up outlasting your pursuers.
Can I have at least used one of my... Because I have the active anima effect of being able to... the passive of being able to knock an extra prone without an attack roll. Can I have at least knocked one prone?
You can knock somebody prone for him.
Yeah, I would love to have done that.
Thank you.
Yep.
So you've knocked one of them into someone else.
Yeah, exactly. Like bowling. Yeah.
Which means that...
chaos.
How many successes did you get in your initial roll?
2.
So now you have 3.
Succeed. Just squeak by. Let's keep
Wow.
going.
By no consequence for you. We're moving on to the second part of the venture. Outlasting your pursuers.
I'm going to head... I'm going to take a sharp turn, like 90-degree turn out of the gate, and try to start heading... zigzagging between alleyways and possibly doing a bit of parkour to get over like low barriers.
Okay, that's going to be a Fortitude Athletics roll
Yeah.
for you. With your stunt. For you.
I think a bit more dramatically, I'm going to try to make an escape that they won't be able to follow me immediately, which is going to be just up the side of a wall. So like, yeah, basically like 2 scrabbles and then a handhold and then like pull myself up onto the roof, and I'm going to continue.
That's a Force Athletics roll.
Okay.
So, make this at a standard difficulty. You stunt.
I'm doing this. I was like, I should bank this.
No, no.
You can
should succeed.
still help him with your anima effect, by the way, because now is where you're diverging.
Yeah, so just before I veer off, then I'd like to knock one more down.
Okay. So one person who's running up the building. I got him! Ah! Wilhelm scream.
Yeah, and it's a knockback specifically so that he knocks it, hopefully, towards other people.
Ah!
So that they at least have to, like, dodge around him.
Okay.
It's very, very cool.
Pyres.
I got 3 successes.
Excellent.
Just,
Including the one from her? Or
oh, no, sorry.
So
So
4.
So 4.
So, you've now managed to evade your attackers enough that you have started to move away from them. Your venture is complete. You have succeeded. The chase is over. You have all successfully escaped Seru's compound. And you can return without worry that somebody is going to eventually catch you to either the ramen shop where Bati is waiting for you, or you have another person to meet.
Yeah. So I'm going to scuttle over to the docks.
It's crazy.
Or, no, wait, he didn't say the docks. He said just outside the gates.
I think he said the docks.
He's at the docks.
Oh, okay, never mind. I'm going to the docks.
He glances over, and now at a fair distance away. Remember that he's still by the coastline, but he's not so close to the docks that he can smell the fish coming in.
Of course.
So he glances over, and he sees that like the lights are flickering. The party is clearly not going as well as one would like. It looks like I left at the right time.
You missed quite the hullabaloo.
And
But-
yet you're here.
I am.
So it looks like you're missing the hullabaloo as well.
Well, that was the right time for me to go. Can I have my stuff?
I secured your belongings. And he hands you a rucksack.
I peep inside.
They're both in there. And because I have to assume that you would like do more than just a quick like, yeah.
Yeah.
They are indeed the things that you took.
Okay. I appreciate this a lot. You not only helped, but you listened, and since leaving the school, that hasn't happened very often. So thank you.
You have an uphill battle ahead of you. I know that this isn't going to be very easy. But you also know that there are people out there who will believe you. Your story of Anathema isn't going to be something that anyone is going to easily accept here on the Blessed Isle. But you don't seem corrupted to me. That has to be worth something. obscured, not clouded.
I feel like my eyes are opening wider than they ever knew was possible.
Only now has your house been so delinquent in your education.
Just focusing in. My house is very competitive as to which threat is the biggest one.
Right now, the biggest threat seems to be from within.
That's what nobody sees.
Why would somebody want to destabilize the House of Bells?
Originally, I thought it was because they had someone they wanted to put in charge. They wanted to oust Commandant Nuben and put a puppet in place, someone who could be controlled. But then they completely destroyed it. I'm wondering if that's because we wouldn't play, or because that was the plan all along.
Who stands to gain from destabilizing the realm?
Anathema is the obvious answer.
I think we have different
I
options.
feel like there's more to it.
You don't know how many players are at the board yet. Neither do I, and I can't stand it.
Me neither. You know what's really annoying? The whole time I was there, people would say, "This is who you don't trust." And I would say, "Why?" And they would say, because that's the way it's always been. That's how we were taught. So we've always been taught. Now, I'm collecting answers myself. And if it makes me enemies, fine. We are already enemies of the realm. So it is what it is. Anyway, I should go. But if you're ever in, wherever we end up, look me up and we'll play.
What do I tell your parents?
I doubt they'll even ask. They don't want to know.
Fair. Keep your flag safe.
Keep your vanguard strong.
And he turns and he starts to walk away down one of the alleys. He's whistling an odd tune, but he seems happy.
It's nice. Gale doesn't make friends very easily, so this is really... I'm very happy for her. Friend?
For the two of you, are you headed down to the ramen shop for
Down
Bati?
to the ramen place. Yeah.
Flavienne is there. She's ditched the guard uniform at this point and has
Yeah.
changed out of her fancy a like shirt to yours.
Right.
Yeah.
Of course.
Ciantel as well has gone back to just, nice but not party nice clothing. I hope the book was worth it.
Wasn't just the book.
But I know what it cost to get it.
Hopefully not too much.
I'm sorry.
I'm sure you did what you had to do. That's what matters. We need this. Right?
Bati comes out and he's purchased the special. The special is a bowl that's about the size of a medicine ball.
Wow.
And it's just boom, and it's filled with vegetables and noodles in a very hot, steamy broth. You can smell that it's quite spicy.
I'm gonna order 4 bowls for now, and I'll order.
Oh no, it's big enough for everybody.
Oh, we're
okay,
gonna just
perfect.
get in there.
Okay.
When I say medicine ball, I mean like it's this.
I don't know. I
big.
thought maybe it was just a hungry grown boy.
I'm a hungry boy.
Yeah.
Entirely
Did
possible.
you get it? Did you get everything?
Gale has the rest. She'll be here soon.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
The ship captain will be leaving in about an hour. We're gonna have to be on it if she doesn't get back in time.
She'll be here.
He produces an envelope, which he puts on the table. There it is. Permission for us to debark anywhere that we want on the Blessed Isle. And hopefully that'll be enough. And if we're leaving now, we'll be the first ship out on the tide. And that means we're home free.
We
You didn't think that I wasn't coming with you.
No, I just wasn't sure what you had done to Seru to warrant running away.
Seru is the sort of person who's concerned with how he ends up. I can't blame him. Sometimes it feels like everybody in the realm is looking out for themselves first, and the realm second. True supporters of the throne or of the realm, they're rare. And I don't even know if you qualify. But I've been thinking too much to stay in a city dictated by somebody who cares more about himself.
There have been many people in the realm who have decided over the last few years, decades even, from what I understand, that the best way to weather the oncoming storm is to be prepared, consolidate power, build a base. I'm sure Seru has very intelligently discovered that he's a big fish in a small-ish pond here. I don't begrudge him that. I do begrudge some of the things I heard him say tonight, but that's really besides the point.
Why? Did he say anything about...
We said lots of things.
Oh. Gale Whispered, you can arrive at this point.
Thank you. I'd like to put the seal down on the table, wordlessly.
He picks up the seal. It's the right one. And he goes about completing his forgery.
Just looking over as he's doing it, I just want to thank him again.
One single noodle just like...
Vivienne's got the other end, like, whoop. No, I'm just kidding.
Oresta.
Thank you again, Bati. We really appreciate all that you've done for us.
You're going to be doing more for me by the end of this.
Sorry?
Puts it in the envelope. Did you get it?
I think so. This was the closest thing that matched the description. And I hold up the wrong thing.
Oh, I'm so jazzed.
He looks at it and his face just falls.
What? What? It came from their artifacts room. It must have power. It's ovoid.
It's a lamp.
No.
It's a lamp.
It's clearly crackling with power. I really thought this was it. I'm sorry.
Bati, we were all pretty rushed in there. We got separated. I don't know what happened to Gale Whispered, but you have to trust us that it got pretty hot there.
All right.
You didn't even see what happened in my part of town.
What happened in your part of town?
It got hot.
Whoop.
Then we'll have to leave without it.
Good.
What was in it anyway? You said it was something you wanted to study?
Said it was something that we couldn't open. Weren't allowed to open.
You said you wanted to study it.
So you, just because you weren't privy to the rest of the conversation, he said you aren't allowed to open it, not you
Right.
can't
Thank
open
you.
it. Now, she has since learned that whoever
Yeah.
closed it, first of all, must be able to use essence modes, because you have to commit. And Bati is not exalted.
Interesting.
So he wouldn't be able to open it, although he didn't say this.
You might not even know that.
He might, and that's true. He may not know that he can't open it.
So is this thing worth anything?
This, it's a lamp. It's just a lamp.
I'm sorry.
It'll pay for our meal. And he reaches forward and he just hands over the lantern to the person behind and looks at it and immediately starts tying it up of the bar.
One special. That'll be 1 lamp, please. All right, here you go.
There you go.
Here you go.
I don't know how you feel about Seru, but hopefully his reputation will be a little less stable.
At any rate, we're going to have to get you onto the ship. You have everything you need?
We don't have much. We're ready.
Where, by the way, is the ovoid?
It's in my rucksack.
Okay. He's not looking at it. I'm just making sure that you didn't. We're like, oh, I left it somewhere.
No,
I ate
Bring
it.
to explode.
I have it.
Put it in my mouth. Exactly.
Oh, it's in my bag.
So I'm going to stop referring to it as the ovoid. It is the cache
The
egg.
cache egg.
So
Not to be
exciting.
confused with cash egg.
Right. Right.
I've been calling it the dragon's egg in my head up to this point.
Oh,
so-
damn.
No, I know it's a cache egg.
Oh, I'm going to have to just be like, oh, it's so cute.
We have another dragon, y'all. How exciting is that?
Your story resolved, but now there's apparently more. Who knows?
Oh yeah. Bati, you obviously have a ship in mind. The first one out.
I've already secured passage
Where's it to?
where we want to go. It's
Yeah.
the last of what I have. Liquid.
We'll help with whatever
we
we
won't
can.
forget your assistance. We'll make sure that,
What she said.
well, we couldn't have found the thing you were looking for. We'll look for other things.
I'll have to stay behind.
What do you mean?
You said this was your way out of here.
I need that thing.
You said it wasn't that important. You said if we found it, great. And if we didn't, it was no big deal.
If you found it, great. It meant I could go with you. If you don't have it, it means I have to stay and find a way to get it back.
Is it yours? Why do you want it so bad?
I think it's the key to my research.
What do you mean?
Should we start heading?
You need to get to the ship.
Please come with us. At least as far as the docks.
Okay.
So we can keep this conversation going.
Shit. So he starts to walk out.
If-
Thanks for the lamp.
Welcome. Thanks for the ramen. Thanks for the nudes.
The nudes. We're obviously, I think, all probably keeping our heads relatively down. I know I am.
I don't know if Gale actually had more questions beyond that.
I mean, no, she's going to keep
Oh,
peppering
okay.
Bati with, like, what was it supposed to be? Like, as they're walking. Like, you need to explain to us what it is. So if we do come across it,
It's a container. I have a feeling like what's inside might give me some more information about... Well, more about why the Scarlet Empress left.
why would that information be in this container?
Because it belongs to her.
Why is Seru having it then? Why does Seru have it?
I only know that when she decided to leave, she left from Arjif. Seru was holding on to it, but I don't think he knows its meaning.
And there's no guarantee that she'll ever return.
Don't say that.
I can think it.
How do you even know that she left from Arjif? Even that seems precious information.
The number of people who pass through Arjif in any given day is lots. And normally when somebody of the stature of the Scarlet Empress arrives, she doesn't arrive with just one ship. She has an entire retinue that has to follow her. Sycophants, hangers-on, people trying to protect her, people trying to assassinate her, but that she's keeping close. I don't know the details, but it certainly isn't just one ship. But when she arrived here, she was accompanied by 2 people. And they made a very big show of not keeping her safe at all. You ever see that? Do you ever notice that when somebody feels like they're so important that you can't treat them like they're important? But I noticed. I did some research. It happened in the amount of time it would have taken her to leave the Imperial throne room and get here, as long as she was traveling at a good clip. And from here, she's left. It might be crazy. It's probably crazy. But I think that whatever is left in that thing might give me some reason as to why she left.
Can I read intentions?
Yes.
I'd love to. Yeah. Well, I guess I only really get to.
Can I
Yeah.
do that?
Can I do that?
Yeah.
I would love. Like, he's speaking with great interest and concern about the Scarlet Empress.
Mm-hmm.
You know, obviously, most of us are very loyal to her, but like, you know, he seems to be speaking with an edge of wanting to know more. I'd love to know. Well, anyway, obviously it depends. Yeah, I'd love to know if he has any intimacies towards the Scarlet Empress.
Okay.
Specific ones. I think in order to do this, I'm going to. I'm not going to press him on it, but I'm just going to look at him and go, you know, and just sort of say, like, this must be very important to you then, if it's hers. Yeah.
So, for this, for read intentions, according to Essence,
Yeah.
you no longer have to ask for what kind of intimacy you're looking for. You ask to learn either the target's motives for the scene, one of the target's virtues, or one of the target's intimacies.
Right.
Now, I'm going to give you an intimacy based on the conversation that you had if you ask for intimacy.
Yes, I would I'd like to ask for an intimacy. I have a sense of what his intention for the scene might be, unless it's really hidden. I know that if I kind of had scored additional... Anyway, yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I am going to rule that, and you can... Because I like the idea that you have to ask. But in this case, what I'm going to rule is if the purpose of your conversation does not apply to any intimacies that this person has, you learn nothing.
Okay.
Right? Like if you talk about noodles for 20 minutes and then say I read intentions, and he doesn't have any intimacies towards noodles, you can potentially try to, like, it might be that he has intimacies towards you,
Right.
that you've determined or whatever, but I'm not going to give you an intimacy if there's no conceivable way that you would have found it out.
That's fair. Okay, cool. That's what I'd like to do.
Makes sense?
Yeah.
So, like, you can't find out that he has a secret love for Jenny down the block,
Jenny down the block.
because you don't know that. Okay, so go ahead. This is going to be a finesse resolve.
Let's do it. Cool.
I'll give you 2 dice for your stunt.
Right. Thank you. Resolve is no longer a thing.
Sorry, finesse.
Embus?
No, it's
What am I thinking of?
not resolve. Fuck. Integrity.
Integrity. Cool. Bueno. Let's do it. I don't have any additional information about him that would really kind of help me kind of change his resolve about this
So
necessarily.
it turns out the cost of read intentions is not modified by the target's character's virtues or intimacies, so you can't do that anyway.
Well then, fuck me in the... I got... Oh, now you behave. Very good. I got 6 successes.
Okay, 6 successes. He has a... And you're specifically asking about an intimacy?
Yeah.
He has a major intimacy of the Imperial throne and it's fascination.
Oh, okay. We learn a bit more about Bati every day.
Yes.
Yeah.
You get to the dock. The ship is moored here. In the dark here, it looks much more shadowy than before. But there are sailors who are running up and down the gangplank, finalizing loading this stuff. They'll be leaving on the tide. You'd better get going.
Sorry again, Bati, but I'm sure we'll meet again, and we'll see what we can do about finding that thing.
I'll find it.
Okay.
I'd like to give him some money.
What, because he broke his heart?
Just like as a like thank you.
I'd like to. No.
Yes, I insist.
You've helped us significantly, and we weren't able to find the one thing that you needed.
In Arjuf, your word doesn't mean anything here.
But money goes a long way.
Just take it. I grew up here too.
Okay. And he takes the money and he thrusts it up his sleeve.
Are we ready? I look to Flavienne and Siontel as well.
Mm-hmm.
It was very kind of you to take us in. Thank you. And Siontel says, for what it's worth, the building that you're looking for, the drawers on either side. And she recites a quick series of numbers. That's how you'll get in. Take care, Bati. And she goes up the gangplank.
Give him a curt nod and
Yeah,
head up.
me too.
Now, if you had botched at any point, this would be the point where like the egg just rolls out of the bag,
Falls into the
bounces
water.
down the gangplank.
Oh no, it's upside down. Ah!
No.
It doesn't matter.
No, but see, I don't know that.
Yeah, that's true.
We're like, no. Yeah.
All right. So you get on the ship and you're greeted by a rather fierce-looking woman at the top. She's got a scarf wrapped around the lower half of her face, just under her nose, which is not how you wear a mask.
Cover
And
your fucking nose. It's attached to your lungs.
God
and
damn it.
looks at the five of you. Your quarters have been secured downstairs. Or down below decks. Right, I speak like a sailor.
Yeah.
You don't have any possessions that you're taking with you?
Just what you see here.
The captain wants to know where you're headed.
Why we both looked at you, we're like, Gale?
Well, I haven't looked in the
Gale
logbook
knows
yet.
Oh, the logbook.
Yeah.
Shit.
I could have done that at the ramen shop.
I don't know.
We have a couple.
I wouldn't have. Oresta wouldn't have wanted to have bragged about
Right.
finding all the other stuff.
So here's the thing.
Say,
I recognize that
Yeah.
you didn't have time
Yeah.
to look.
Yeah.
So we're going to say that it's going to slip its hawsers. It's going to
Yeah, start heading out to sea.
it's going to start heading
We all
out.
go.
Yeah.
Then
But as the lights of Arjuf start to fade into the distance, Siontel quietly slips her fingers in between Gale Whispered's and then says, "Dick move."
I'm a bad person.
Maybe not.
I needed to know. And he's never gonna get it open. I might.
Then maybe you'll actually help him more than if he had it himself. And this way he can't be caught with it, right?
Exactly. We're already enemies of everyone. What's one more artifact?
Not anymore. We've managed to escape Arjuf ahead of the news. No matter where we go now, we'll be safer. For a time.
Exactly. Stay on the move. Once we've got our destination, we'll know what we're looking for there. Clear our names. Get the truth out.
Get the truth out.
Get the truth out. And find more of the truth for ourselves.
Yeah.
Flavian. First off, thank you. Second off, I think you've got something Gale will want to look at more closely.
She hands you the book. It only cost one very large man's dreams.
No, look, okay, they've got like climate control, and he was so good at taking care of books. I'm sure they'll be fine. He focused on the books, not on me, which is what I thought he would do.
Oresta, don't feel bad. And then I
Like-
kind of like open the rucksack so everyone can see that I have the actual ovoid.
What happened at that party?
We got what we needed to get, and then some.
You know what? Actually, also, I should admit, Seru almost showed me the world, so to speak, as well. So I suppose we all have secrets. I just wanted to be part of this, okay? I didn't.
I don't have any secrets. And then Flavian just mouths, and I think we'll end the session there.
Yay.
I'd like to just brush a little crumb off of Flavian.
Oh, very good. Yay. I don't have any secrets. Little bread. So good.
So we swipe away to... Yeah!
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Tech, 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 tech!
Lovely.
She'd have something that if it like ticks over to 9:05 and I haven't done it yet, it's just like just the stream deck starts flashing
Yeah.
red.
You get the Oscar playoff music, like,
Yeah.
you know, they're just like, play them off.
Exactly.
Your little red light starts flashing at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, comedy routine style.
Wow.
All right, let's take note of where our stats are.
So Requiem, it's pronounced pain,
Le
Hey.
pain.
and le is the equivalent of the.
Yeah.
So it's an article. It's not part of the word. It's pain.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not really a sound that you can equate to English. Hey, like when do we make eh?
Not really.
Yeah.
Not really a thing. Although, like,
Kind of
as,
like
as you
penguin, like penguin, depending on how you say it. Pain, sort of like that. But
That's how Benedict Cumberbatch says.
he says pingwing. Pingwing.
I will say though, it does definitely work in a.
But you don't pronounce the N. You don't hit the N. It's pain. It's swallowed.
Okay.
I have to take this, so please.
Of course.
Of course.
Can you mute me, please?
Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. Welcome to the Players Fancy Corner.
Nailed it.
Did you?
It's flashing.
Yeah, it's
Good.
flashed. Well
Nailed it.
done.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna close the door.
Yeah, thank you, Kate. Hello, everybody. Maybe it's Quebec. Yeah, well, we
Maybe
can
it's
have a
maybe-
whole.
Yeah, it's
stream
definitely
about,
Quebec
like,
French.
Quebec French.
It's also
Pronunciation.
like it's Quebec French to say chocolatine, not pain au chocolat. But like I will fight to the death because it's not chocolate bread. It's like a pastry. It's
will
a whole
fight
thing. It's
to the
chocolatine.
death.
I was in fucking Japan and they call it pain au chocolat, and I was so upset.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
They
Anyway.
called it something in French.
Yes.
In Japan.
I mean, it was like, look, we're being fancy.
What?
We have French
Oh, I
pastries.
see, I
We
see,
put
I
the
see.
French name there.
That's actually amazing.
Yo,
Yo.
should we take this opportunity to announce the new element to Fancy
Yeah.
Corners, and then we can actually see it in action in a little bit? So, folks, we had the idea earlier this week to add a new element to the Fancy Corner, and that is a sort of storyteller spotlight. So the same way that we can all highlight each other's like role-playing moments that we really liked, and we can include the NPCs in that, this is specifically to call out a storytelling moment that our fabulous storyteller did. That we thought really brought something special to the session. So this could be how well and efficiently combat was run, or a very evocative way of describing a new setting or a new location. This could be a twist or the introduction of a really interesting NPC. So this is something new that we're trying, not just to draw attention to John's fabulous storytelling, but also to inspire all of y'all to maybe bring elements of this to your own games if you want.
Yeah, because like we always talk about how the storyteller is a player, and so yeah, we always highlight each other when I highlight something John did, not just a character that he plays, but yeah.
Exactly. So momentarily, or at some
Yeah.
point, we're going to be doing, kind of calling each other out in terms of like things that we felt were really cool role-playing moments, be that mechanical or character or performance or whatever. And we're going to talk a little bit about like players earning milestones, which is still a new system in essence that I am still very like about.
Oh my god!
But then we're going to fold into that the idea of doing a storyteller or a narrative storyteller spotlight.
Yeah, which we'll call it that for now.
Storyteller spotlight is
Yeah.
nice.
I think it's cool.
And I mean, as much as John can be here to witness our highlighting each other, it doesn't influence like XP or anything.
It's true because we're streamlining that whole process.
Yeah, but if
so-
folks in chat have anything to shout out, go for it.
Yes, if you have any questions that we might be able to answer, although if it's mechanics, we probably can't.
We have the book.
We have the book.
You can search.
Did you enjoy Dancing in the Dark, Season 2, Episode 2? I'm so happy that we were playing again.
Yes.
I know we had to miss last week, and like
yes.
it was necessary, but like,
Yes.
it was we're happy to
By
be
the way, thank you everyone for being so understanding. I would not have expected anything else, but like, thank you all the same.
Still nice.
Delightful.
Hearth, I'm with you 100%. I was like, oh, I have one of the.
Yeah,
I
well,
can
it's like
get what? Like
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so glad you punched him. This Requiem is calling out
Hey.
because it was
yeah.
when honestly, like Kate, when you went back, when Oresta went back, I was like, oh my god, no! Like, what if you'd just
You're
run?
pulling- you're pulling a
but if
Pyres,
you'd
you're pulling
run, then we wouldn't have gotten that very satisfying punch. So
Yeah.
glad you
there
did it.
go. I was like, no, I need to be in character. If I run away as a guard, he'll know instantly. Whereas if I stay here and I pretend to keep being the same person, I can get everyone to the gate, out the gate. Yeah. Whoop, he's back.
Oh.
He returns. So I would like to. I'm just gonna work down the lines.
Please work down the
Scott,
line.
I'm calling you out because I love.
Can I get it?
I can't read that. It starts with a C and it ends with a D. But you rallied the guards,
Oh.
but to your benefit. But I love that. I feel like that's something that you've done as Pyres with students and stuff, is to like try to rally the students, call people, use your force of personality. And the fact that you used it for the guards, you turn that to our advantage with the enemy. Like, I think that was really cool.
I was trying to find a way to sort of be useful in that combat as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
but still, I think it was a really cool. It was using your character's skills, but with instead of people that knew you and liked you. With yeah,
I see what you
Yeah.
mean. Thank you.
Am I unmuted, by the way?
Yes, I believe. I no longer see you.
Great.
You're flashing.
Liz, I missed your scene with Pokken. I thought I would catch part of it, but I did not. So I'm gonna have to ask you how it went because I'm really excited.
It was
But what I did really enjoy was I just felt like you were really like off the cuff a little bit with him. I don't know, finding the rhythm with Pokken was really nice today. Improvising that little like moment about like, a little gateway terminology for just finding a like-minded person and then having Gale slip into something more comfortable and slip into a more like comfortable way of being. It's a cool layer for her.
doesn't happen very often.
No, I know. That's why it's
I think
cool.
That's actually the first time.
Yeah.
Yay! Thanks, bud.
Yeah, native.
I just hopping onto what we were talking about before, like, and Kate, you just explained why you did it. Like the fact that Oresta, rather than just running at the gates as soon as she discovered that like people were pretty much making their way towards the exit, you were like, no, I need to make sure my allies are safe. So I am going to go and poke the bear some more and probably blow my own cover.
Classic.
Like she's got this, I got this mentality, even in the face of like insurmountable odds, which I love. So that was just walking back this and
Yeah.
like, you go that way and I'm gonna walk right to those. Fantastic.
Yay. And storyteller highlight. I mean, I personally.
Wait, what? Are we doing this already?
We already
We talked about
introduced
it while you
you
were
were out.
AFK.
So you didn't have to sit awkwardly while we talked about
I
you.
see.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm inclined to shout out the whole underground library and the character. And like you made us care about the fact that we were just trying to steal a document. Like you gave it value. You gave us a whole person and area, and it's something that's, I don't know, I feel like it's gonna stay with me, this poor guy that I fucked over. And he was like, you know, he was very tall, and I just feel like you filled out what could have just been a filing cabinet into something really complete.
Created something that we might want to see again.
Yeah.
Like we might, you know, and if we do, we'll be like that dude, you know.
It also forced Oresta to go against two things that she doesn't normally do. Like, she doesn't like stabbing people in the back, especially if they haven't done anything to hurt her. And she doesn't like putting books or the written word in danger. And both happened in that scene. God.
That's true. You definitely did.
Yep.
But
Can I shout out something else? Just because
Boo-boo.
like, if I'll go
tack
quick
on?
there. It's a little tack on, yeah. Because I feel like there's a temptation after, you know, this is like a climactic sort of like, and it's not a story, but it was like, this is the 2-episode party thing. And it's like, when it comes to an end, like we could have just gotten on the boat. Instead, there's this hook now with the cache egg, which is a really cool hook. And I don't know, I kind of anticipated, I was like, oh man, I can't believe Gale's stealing it. I wonder what it is. We'll never find out. Or we'll find out, but it's going to be like ages from now. You gave the hook already, and I think that's really cool because now we're invested as players.
I mean, the interesting thing is, and I think you know this, that it's very possible that Bati is wrong, but that doesn't mean it isn't interesting about what that is. So, I mean, the thing about NPCs for me is that if you don't have an emotional reaction to the NPC, that's okay. So, like the shopkeeper was an NPC technically, the ramen guy, but like you didn't care. He took his thing, whatever. But if you care about an NPC one way or the other, whether you hate him or like him or, you know, despise her or wonder about her, then potentially every NPC could be useful. You just have to get into the habit of making sure that like you can give them one or two things that people may latch onto and they may not.
Yeah, truth.
It's time for your milestones. First off, I will tell you, you earned a minor milestone. You've completed.
Oh, damn!
You've completed a story chapter. You completed your raid on the compound and your escape from Arjov.
Nice.
So a minor milestone is yours. I'm also going to say that there is a personal milestone that I would hand out is actually to Gale Whispered. You discovered something, but this is the first time in recent memory where you discovered something, but that you actually did, like, you risked quite a bit in order to hold on to a secret that you thought you could use better than someone else. That it seems to me like that's Gale Whispered is starting to become a little bit more like, no, I will just go ahead and do what I want, even though it might hurt somebody else.
Forbidden knowledge yields what is
Untold?
yeah, forbidden knowledge yields untold victories. And when I realized that thing was full of forbidden knowledge, I'm like, I have to take it. Yeah.
I'm also going to say that Oresta managed to score an Exalt milestone.
Nice.
This time around. You remained in the fray longer than you needed to.
Cool of them.
You would not back down. You remained steadfast. And I think that that's not something that will necessarily happen every session, but this time around, absolutely there was a like, no, I will stay here. I will just continue kicking this guy's ass. You didn't even have to confront him at all. You could have just been like, well, he was looking for you. You could have been like, I'm already at the gate. Fuck this. I'm out of here. But like you didn't. So I'm going to say that we managed to get one personal and one Exalt milestone into your bank. Remember, you don't have access to those yet. You have to wait until you gain 3. But all of you do get a minor milestone to spend. A minor milestone, in case you're wondering, lets you pick a new charm or increase an ability by 1.
That's a lot of choice.
And it's any charm. It's not necessarily a dragon-blooded charm. It's any
Oh
charm.
god.
As long as you meet
Here
the
I go.
requirements for it.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Esper Requiem Lost, crafts 1. Here I come. Sit in there.
Oh my goodness.
Is that what's happening?
No,
Is that it?
well, at some point.
I have a game-related question, but this might require reading and deliberating. It's something that had come up, I think, in our Discord server, just that when it comes to recovering modes, there's the end of a combat round,
Yeah.
but then it says...
The beginning of a scene.
At the end of a scene with combat and the beginning of a scene that doesn't have combat. Like, there's just a bit of phrasing there.
It's a versioning issue.
Yeah.
I would say that you're already regaining 1 mote per round of combat.
Yes.
So you'll regain a mote at the end of combat.
Yeah.
So like it's
Thus
essentially
the beginning of
round,
the threshold.
but then combat ends.
Okay.
So you will regain a mote then. But you don't... I would argue that it's a little weird that it's before the scene. and
Yeah,
some it's after.
exactly. So I was
So
curious what
I'm
our house
essentially going
ruling
to
on
say
it is.
my house ruling is you do not gain an extra mote at the end of combat because, or rather you do, but you're just going to gain the mote.
The mode
beginning
is
of the next scene
combat
anyway.
ends, scene begins.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Okay,
It's
cool.
it's the page turn.
It's just that like because
Yeah.
combat can end and then it continues on into the same
Yeah.
scene,
Yeah.
then that's still fine. You'll regain that mote for the end of combat. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm not giving you the mote for the end of combat, and then if it immediately goes into a new scene, if it's like end of combat and then
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
you leave, I'm not giving you a second mote right away.
That's fair.
Totally fair.
But we'll see because it is going to be
We'll
it is
see.
going to be a
Yeah.
versioning question.
Yeah.
One thing that I will say is that in our playing of Essence, so far it seems to be working out. I noticed that you were making some choices that involved a bit less failure this time around, although there was still some failure. But one thing that I was kind of hoping for, of course, was that in Essence, you're not even allowed to roll for minor things anymore. You can only roll in 3rd edition. You could roll a difficulty 1 roll. In Essence, you don't. You just don't bother. But you do for difficulty 3 rolls. So that's why it might seem like, but what do you mean? Why would we roll? Like, because sometimes you have to roll 3 successes. And otherwise, you just succeed because you're that cool.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see.
I want to shout out, well, not just this end of the table, sorry, not us, but like,
Okay.
I do want to shout out you two, especially because the combat I felt today was like, there was a bit of a hump to like get into it, but I just felt like it ran really well and we were able to figure out things to use, and like we ended up using some gambits and stuff. I just thought it was really cool.
I gotta shout Gale good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you,
Gil-
chat. And especially.
Yeah, thank you, chat. But Gil, it's especially handy. I do have it in front of me, but
PDF.
like obviously I'm focusing on a lot of different things. Being able to come in with some extra stuff is really handy. And I know that there's going to be a few extra notes that I'm going to request or make myself.
Yeah.
One, I need a character sheet in front of me. Like, learning the list of abilities
Oh, of course.
is something. But it's working. Yeah, rolling diff 1 with 10 dice, it feels a little silly. It's also because of the way that you can use extra successes to purchase things in some things in this game. It's a little too broken because then you could be like, all right, well, I'm going to tie my shoelaces, but I'm also going to try to overthrow the realm.
Well, the fact that you can bank
Sweet.
stunts as well means like before, if you were rolling a pool of like 10 and you got a stunt, you're like, okay. But like if it was a diff 1, it didn't really matter.
Right.
But now, like, even if you're rolling a diff 3 and if your pool is good, then you can choose what to do with those stunt dice, which I think is such a cool addition.
Yeah. There was some cool dramatic edits that got thrown in this
Yeah.
session, which I really appreciated.
Yeah,
It's
they're
more
fun.
and more how to do that.
Yeah,
I
they're
think, you know.
super fun.
They are
Yeah.
really fun, though. I agree.
And yeah, I like the gamble of, do I bank this stunt just because I might as well? I'm pretty sure I'm going to succeed, and if I don't, maybe this roll is okay for me to fail.
Yeah.
Or it's like, no, I need the 2 dice.
Yeah.
So we will see. But we can also see what's coming up in this week.
In this week. I stream on Tuesdays over at twitch.tv/biffthebaus at this time, actually, 1800. Right now I'm doing a little Russian cosmonaut play through the Outer Worlds, which is always, it's still fun. Actually more and more I'm like really sinking into the chewing on the humor of the game and stuff. It's a good time. If you're able to drop on by, please do. We always have good chats, and you can ask me literally anything because I will probably answer with nonsense. It's going to be great. Come on down. That's me on Tuesdays.
I am currently a scrub.
Oh.
I attempted to.
Doubled-
I attempted to
doubled it
beat Mom Hid My Game 2 and Slay the Spire, but Slay the Spire I didn't get quite enough time to get in on. I started making panicked decisions because I was like, I gotta get this done in time, and I donged out. So I'm currently a scrub, but this time around we're going to have a look to see if I can redeem myself. That's Wednesday, video game related challenges at 1700 hours at 5 p.m.
Yeah.
Eastern Daylight Time. Thursday we have clinic hours coming up. We had the hotter takes edition this past Thursday, and if I know anything, I know that Requiem's going to come up with another question to ask that'll be like, I'm just going to do this for the whole thing. But
Hey.
it's been a good time. So by all means, come on in with your questions. Let us know in the Discord if there's any topics you want us to cover for clinic hours, because we'd be happy to do that. We've had a couple of really good ones recently, so we'll see what we can do.
Friday, we're continuing the Punch Effect, Mass Effect,
Yes!
with Punchy.
Yes.
Punching and smooching our way through the galaxy.
Yeah. Less
And beyond.
Less smooching for now, but more
We're
smooching.
well on our way.
It's true. That is happening.
Saturday, there should be Drew Crew to be confirmed, potentially from a different location. We'll confirm that for sure. Close to the day.
And in that evening, I will be streaming in the evening again, usually 1800, where I play Arkham Horror: The Living Card Game on Tabletop Simulator. However, stay tuned to the Discord. I'm going to be posting a little poll tomorrow because I think it's time for a movie night, and we just need to find the right time, folks. So just get in that poll, please, and tell me what time works for you.
And same time next week, we will be back here with episode 3 of season 2 of ExalTwitch Academy. Find out where we're going on the ship. What's next?
So where is this ship going?
What's in the egg?
Underworld. No, Malphaeus.
Okay.
We're going to give you the option of looking at a map.
Blah, blah,
I
blah.
think we'll
That's
really
Thank
what
you.
we're gonna
Yeah.
We do have to thank our moderation team. We have to thank all of you for supporting us, coming along for the journey. It's been such a privilege for us, and honestly, we are thrilled to be here. It has been not only a difficult past few months just for pandemic reasons, but we know it's tough. Life is hard. And it's just a privilege for me, at least, to be able to put my hard life aside and put my hard role-playing hat
Yeah.
on. And being able to do it with these 3 fine players is just the best. But being able to do it in the same room as them is the bester. On a personal note, thanks for being here with me. It's been a very, very good day for me, and this is a good way to cap it off. So thank you.
Thank you.
From all of us to all of you, and to even the newest among us, you just have to go. We'll see you next time.
Bye.